energetically. But I have to ask permission if you guys are willing to go with that. Because it's not energetically, it's what it does. The setup. So that energy is it's an intense energy, right? It's an intense energy. So it'd be better if you're a little further away, so you can come in a little more clear.
Mm-hmm.
No. Absolutely, yeah. Inshallah, it's the best of those. Yeah. Try ends up. Arık eklesin, inshallah, söyleriz. Yeah. The rest of this line not changing. No, on the way. Yeah. In die groep eins. Maar wat je kan gaan, we zijn nog in. So, L'chaim L'vrocha. So, hand is Donnerstag nachts is Yid Alav Nissen. Yid Alav Nissen says Erev Shabbos HaGudel. Says all Yid Alav Nissen is the Rebbe's Yom HaLedes. What's is the Rebbe? What's meant? Where is the Rebbe? The Rebbe is a Rebbe, is a light. Was an Nuvi hat geht durch certain Tieren sind offen für ihn. Hat einmalig. But is limited to the messages. Okay? Nuvi zuktive koyim Hashem. And I bring through the message. He's holding that message. Whatever. It's different levels in Avim. Tzaddik is a powerful zach, is a moedige light. And Tzaddik goes here, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mekayim, meint as, so do Ara and Sav, and we do Atzmas, which is levels that we have no access to, because we don't have the language to it. And then there was Mitzamtzim itself into Esesfiris Agnuzas. There's hidden behaltene middas, because cancer jugen are middas. Wegen Tamar hat das middas zugstas, likes man on a limitation. And likes man on a limitation, was auch schon nicht ein Sof, schon nicht endless, so he putting it, so he can't so hat nicht kein middas. So hat nicht kein middas, wieso hat sich umgefangen bei Schaffen der Welt? Ich meine, es ist etwas, hat gedacht etwas. So hat ja middas. Es ist Water im Makbul gewesen. Oh, but in some of the Gevil, we are in a limited, from an unlimited place, so all of a sudden it's like boom, boom. It's on every level we're feeling this force of life, the Gevil and the Bli Gevil, going back and forth. So yeah, spielt an Mamash Bizdu, but this is Shabbos Agudel, spielt an Mamash Bizdu. If I get it, you'll bring you back to this. I want to make the point for Shabbos Agudel. So it comes down in levels. The menedu from a light, like an energy, let's just say, it's a light. It's a light that goes levels and levels and levels. And the process, the process with amoyach is in the feelings, is in just the presence, and then the yechidish benefesh of who am I? What do I want? What do you want? What do I want? And who am I? Going deeply into the right side of the heart, the nefesh elikis, and. So the world is created from a certain point. The world starts becoming into from Malchus the Ak, and then to Malchus the Atzilus, then to Malchus the Ak, which is Udam Kadmon, which is the thing that is, let's just say, this is the ultimate Udam. It's the force, is the generator that generates all of us, the whole Bria. We're all drawing from that, and that is a structure that he put in place that we can exist in this way. Otherwise, we'll just cease to exist. We'll be like a light if it turns on too much. So he was mitzamtzim itself. So I don't want to go there, but while we're on it, just because it's Pesach, in the Tzimtzum, while this Tzimtzum is happening, this is where the Meitzer is. This is the Mitzrayim. This is where we get tangled in. So, what happened to me? What didn't I do? What am I going to do? We make it so personal because the ego is giving us only two or three dimensional. 2 or 3 dimensional is like, I can't nur trachten for me. I can only think about what's good for me. You have a minna, hast du glaubst, du bist chayit, hast du a minna, you understand something, you have bechira, but it has to be this way. Okay, most of us, is the reason we do this because we don't know what to do. So you go back to what you know, you kick the feet, the shut up, ich schließ the fees. So, yeah, so this thing is, it's Atzilas, and then it comes into Atzilas, and Atzilas, really, to talk about Ak and all this, but obviously in Innovani, because we want to stay on track, because it's, it's more structured that way, but fine. We can come back to it soon. Get to the point. We're making a point who whatever is, don't forget the power of whatever. So then it comes into Atzilus. Atzilus is where this light is finally showing up in a way that it's Kailam, Oiris and Kailam. It's light and Kailam, which means it starts taking shape and an expression. It's in the relationship with something. It's made out of something. It's a language that we can already start. We're speaking already this language. What is this language? It's the Kuf Bais Oisias. This is the letters, the Aleph Bais. It's speaking Aleph Bais. It's full of it's all it is, it's Aleph Bais. It's codes and codes and codes. And more simple, and you can get lost in the codes. Different with Gvul and Davim with Kavunas, they get lost in the codes. That's their thing. That's where they're doing their work. Bringing Oiris and bringing Mamshech Oiris for us, that we are in the Kailam. We have to act it out in physical level, that we can have the strength, and we know magnetically we are attached to that. And simply with a minna, you'll be on the right track. A minna is the magnetic field that's going to pull you up. It's going to take you into that place of Atzilus, which is Ive Chayi Chad Bohen, Ive Gamoy Chad Bohen, which means that the Oiris and the Kalim are one. It's a Merkuva. And Ive Gamoy Chad Bohen is, which is Ive Gamoy Gad, is the Kalim is also one.
Though that the Kalim are finished Kakali for the Oro. Just for the niedrigere dagen is dus met nog Kailim. Though daf the Oiris are finished Kakali.
Correct. It's mamash floating with it.
I feel the Kailim is on.
Yeah. Exactly, of course.
Yeah.
So
the first level of Kailim?
Yeah, first level of Kailim? No, there's a different Kailim. Since the Mitzimtzum was Kailim, different Kailim. But let's just say, what does a Kailim mean? Kailim means a shape that's able to hold, to translate the Oid already in some sort of a language that we are speaking. A vessel, yes. So this thing that is Ivicho Ichad, the Kailim, this is the Zex Midas, the Shishim Midas, the 6 attributes of Kitchu Brichi. Kitchu, Heilig, Brichi, we're talking about Kudish, the expression for Kudish means that it's Kudish and Mivdal. Wie Heilig the mindset is Heilig. It's Kudish and Mivdal, but it's Terachamim, it's with Chesed, it's white. Shabbos. So Kitchu Brichi. So a Rebbe, Tzadik goes HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mekayim, which means that there's different levels, different layers, and different locks, and it's a maze how the oil dafarukim, but it's geblocked, klippim and gulas, whatever is going on over there. So the Nuvi bringt up a Navia and a macht auf a Akav. Halt the Navia and bringt aan the oil die aan weg. But at Tzaddik, fine, the Nuvi, can also whatever, but we want to bring out it's a different cut. Arab is straightforward. Tzaddik goes like a Mekayim. Unkan Cheshbonis. This means that the Tzaddik is completely Shechina. And when sucht etwas, is es auf dem Platz, is es a Yichid. Mit Kitchu Brichi, with the Midas. So he makes a Yichid and it brings it up the Shefa and the Brucha. And then there's some tzaddikim which represent the Kitchu Brichi, which is fire. I mean, this is sharp, and it's because these are the Midas, and that they're the masculine. So there's different rabbis. There was this type, and then there was the ones that was pachet. This is Meret fin Gevir, Meret fin intense light, which means that they is able to hold the light fully surrender to it. Was wird geriefen, in Chassidus wird geriefen, a Rebbe is Atzmas and Mahus Melubish and Aguf. Atzmas and Mahus, you know what this means? Atzmas and Mahus means it is Dvar Avai in Welt. It is, you know, he's the boss. So it's Chachma. So there's different levels in Tzaddikim, Tzaddik V'Toivle, Tzaddik V'Rale.
Tzaddik is the Balabais Shel Oilam. Es gibt Schitte. Is du the Balabais.
Rachman zoekt this.
Balabais Shel Oilam.
Very good. Okay, good. Thank you for giving me the manamokum. So, Tzaddik is was meant as when they zag, they light the oil with his levels and levels and levels and his dins and it's meant just perfect alignment. Wieso kommt es so, ist der Abischte du in Welt? Wieso ist der Abischte du in Welt? Das heißt, er ist in Welt. Wie ist er? How does he show up? Es ist eine Eide. Eine Eide ist der Eugen von der Eide. Es ist der Eugen von der Tzadikim. Dadurch seine Eugen kickt zu der Welt. Und sein Job ist, sie Mlames Chizan. But, so that was dann auch mit Seder. So there's different bekitzes, is avoided. So, tonight is the Yom HaLedis from the Lubavitch Rebbe, Yud Aleph Nissen, which means that what type of light was this? We're talking about the light. First of all, that's a tzaddik, that's a Rebbe. You know, we're not caught up in Lubavitch Rebbe, the Belzer Rebbe. We're talking about a light. Can you measure the light? What is that light? This is how you measure it, not in labels. Because the labels are the Levishim. They choose to come in these Levishim to make distractions so they can attain the Arvid. So, and also, when Ms. Machlokes mit dem Tzaddik is Desu schon der Brucha. Viele Davis was schluckt mit dem Tzaddik, the answer schon der Brucha, because the Tzaddik da wird Mlames Chizan. So, nicht nur Mlames Chizan, sondern seine ganze energy is Mlames Chiz, constantly Mlames Chiz. That's his job, to figure out. Sometimes it's not easy. So, you know, like a heavy clip is, you know, so the tzaddik is yeah. So connecting, he feels he's Malamas Chiz. I wanted to go somewhere with that. So tonight is we'll circle back. The Lubavitch Rebbe is your tzad. So yes, the Levishim. Which one? The Levishim. In other words, they show up in the Levishim. But the Levishim is just so we can, you know, Kim Turub doing Welt. That's how he shows up. Just mind that sometimes you can see by the tzaddik that it's they're all boost on the gift, you know.
Was the physics Eugen? Hast du gehört einer Hashem?
Is the Ein Hashem, maar zij komt erop in Welt, als zij zet de Absche doen in Welt, met de Eugen. En de heilige de Eugen, the hoicher is connected to them Ein Sof, with Atmas and His, and bis had a beam straight in, als kijkt, so du, Lubavitch Rebbe, gewen eine Eide, gewen Sar, it is the Eurish Mashiach. Moirish Mashiach meint, gerät, teruggebringt the consciousness. Gewinnt, it's irrelevant. The point is that zan energy, zan Neshama, teruggebringt the consciousness. Vater moet niet gered van Mashiach.
So, was ik vraag, dat tweede schelle, wie daar is dat? So this is the answer, basically. Doch zan Eugen.
Correct. Wieso feels, was is done, was zit is.
So das heißt,
bringt op aan spoor, yes.
Der Eibischte seht durch ihm, und diese ist der Eibischte heran in seinen Augen. Kiekst heran in seinen
Yes.
Augen, siehst du es. Wow.
Yeah.
So wenn bringt op Erkanntnis auf der Welt, ist wieso
Correct.
seinen Augen siehst ist zu dann.
Correct, and that's how the Lubavitch Rebbe stood for 8 hours. He gave him kosher brucha. Das meint kosher brucha, gehalten nach Kop. And a kleine Bechen hat man angefüllt and irgendwie gekickt. And then I watched it once in a video for 2 minutes. It's a very kosher, and that is for 8 Schuhe. or whatever, four or five the dollars, it's the same thing. The point is that we're talking about a light. It was almost, there was no goof. It was just a light, because a body, I give Candace a stehen. I give Candace a stehen. I give Candace a stehen der way. Es ist schon eine Ausgabe, die give, es ist schon mamasch, das heißt Atzilus, du in Welt. Eures bekeilam, ewige Yoichad. Ewiger Moichad. Man sagt noch von seiner Geboom sagen, that once gewonnen Rebbe, once they became the Geboom, sie haben sich kein Mensch gerickt, und dem es soll heißen. What does that mean? Sie sind gestanden. Also wie ein Soldat, sie sind gestanden, so gerickt. There was zero self. One second. There was zero self. Man, der Gabel gestanden als für Schuh und hat ihm gesagt, etwas hat gerickt. He was fully surrendered to him, to the Rebbe. What does that mean? We can try and sit in, for a shoe, for a halbe shoe, avach. But to be able to hold that, that was this again the presence. He took you completely over. In other words, you and once that happened, they completely automatic gehalten their space. Because it's again a presence from light, it's again a presence from oil that man sich geriet, so that he can't halten. It's again present. So deze daylight was hand werd geboren hand nacht. Idol is massive light of aufgestellt, all over the world. It's like a system, it's a technology. It's a technology that's set up with satellite dishes all over the world. Shlichim, film, Seder, Gadzam, Matzah, all over the world. Got men communicating with the Matzah. It's too amazing. Maybe get motion, the tzaddik. Yeah, Shtich shel information.
So this no, tzaddik.
Yeah.
Nein, is mit kishet tzaddik in andere Welt bringt wieder sein Leid dahin.
Yes, of course. And the koach from the tzaddik, he can tzaddik. It's a strong light. Harai mentions in gegangen. It means that he's holding that. And then that. And then succeeded. Then was from Vattel going to the mission. So now the word is. So we're dealing here with Yudal of Nissen, talking about wie the tzaddik is eins mit der oil, eins mit der lights, the ewige Eirigad is on the middes. And also, by the way, they arms, they body parts, and gemacht from the Torah. It says the Torah mitzvahs. It says 248 ivurim and 365 veins and all that. That's the map of the body, how the body is made out of. It's made out of shaimis, haluchas, mit shas, mit mishnah, and the lichas halt the light. This is the lichas is opposite of it because the lichas feet talis. The lichas is in it, is in the center of it. Yes. Okay, I have to think about that. So the Vuf Ketsuva. So now, Arangan in Pesach is the ganze Kare is the Vuf Ketsuva. Ganze Kare is the middes. Als de geestelijk gebied voor haar is, weet je gewoon, so the Kare is Malchus, the dry matzahs. So the Kare is made out of like the tree of life. It has the triangle. As the body, and when it says the midas, when they machen the picture, as the gvul picture, the ausgelagte Mensch, basically the face, so it's crisscross. As we, I'm gonna do it. A triangle. So I'm mid, I'm mid connect with the twice. Basically, the face. That's what it is. So the car is ausgestellt as over this. Ich habe es angehört von Penson. So that's why I know this.
Wie ist so in der car?
Was asked the before last night. Yeah.
But the night is heute. The zoya with the
So
carpet.
yeah.
You saw it.
So there's so Malchus is the car itself.
Yeah.
So you saw it is the inzimmer you say. Is kledig. Wijs was dat was zijn. Because inzimmer mamshech van Abba. Inzimmer the matzah. I have to see it. Whether she says die is zo dan zijn. Wiffel is door. Wiffel meer we doen. Was is dat? Was dat? Zo goed doen. Dus dat was er toch gegaan, dat zo. Wat er zijn zo. Ja, dat is ja. Ja, dat was ja.
Ik ga wel deze drie matzes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which means that the kader, they set up with a satellite dish for the same midas. Connecting with Kitchubrigi. De side danach. Dus de side te schinnen met Kitchubrigi. This is een Atzilus. Maar zetten we zich aan. En Atzilus met dit gewoon de wasse kittel. We met dit een wasse kittel. En we gaan dan aan een ceremony met Asaide. Met Kitchubrigi. Zijn we een Atzilus. We're at that level. And the kader is overgeset to communicate. Exactly to communicate. This is ancient technology. So the kader had to do chips. Maar in samen matzen, ze doen chazeres, ze doen de moeder. Die alle zaken symbolize zaken is a part of us. This is a part of our DNA. It doesn't work for anybody. The chazeres and the moeder, the mountains from the bitterkeit. There's a message there. There's a message, and it's a code. It's activating something within you. The moeder, yes. It's activating something within. It's too much to process. It's something it's in the hearts. It's like in the solar plexus. It's a punch. That's the mood. Then you have the charosis. Is more divan, sweetens the heart. Yeah. So these are all codes, and I don't know how I can make it more. We can make it more dramatic. I'm so verstanden was meer doen.
Was ich das with the side oder was meaning any other yom to kim das daran open or
in a different way, different setup.
So what's
a sikha is an andere energy. It's a different. The sikha is more of a gentle energy. I mean, it's maki from the binah, but it was then an incubator. So in the sikha, it's green. Shaka Dalilu is merikta energy. It's a different process. The Pesach is intense. 4 cups of wine, matzah. You go on undetected. You go in. You're not eating any chametz for 7 days, which means that you go below the radar. You can't be detected, and that's why massive breakthrough that I had last year. Wow. Yes. Thank you, Hashem. So that was clear. Massive breakthrough. You're not esreshkan garlic. Yeah, but how that's me garlic. It's not more sophisticated. Well, again, something happened with the trough from the white, so now it's a shaykh. So, my esreshkan garlic, but how that's me garlic because just stimmt mit der warme Masse mit the garlic. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So
last year.
Yes. So as the matzah challah brood is chometz. It's a blue stone. When the wirst ungeblusen, you get an ego. Your ego is not just something that is about how you think; it's also how you feel. I still sagen, ich habe kein ego. There's no such thing. You have an ego because you're eating bread, and at the has chometz in there, bist du ungeblusen automatically, energetically you bist du ungeblusen. Ugetanat.
Bloß sind zwei Sachen.
Exactly. Sie meinen, die zwei Sachen. Physically and emotionally. Exactly. Physically and emotionally. And if you're not feeling it physically, then Baruch Hashem, fine. Yeah, but you are still emotionally, you just digested, and you have a dose that's going to last you probably for 12 hours or 6 hours, and then you're going to get your other dose of chumetz to ungeblusen mehr. What does that ungeblusen do? It gives you an ego, or I'm happy, or I need to, whatever. It's that whole cripple. And Pesach Badanach, we start eating the matzah and the chumetz. We're dialing into another space. We're entering another heichel. It's another spaceship. We're entering another spaceship. We enter, and after 3 days we come back. It's for 7 days because it's part of gulas. This is this. But we've been entering that space every year. But we're too in gulas to chap what's going on. But this year, God's on the redemption. You're going to chap where you're entering, and you may choose not to come back. You may have the attention span to stay there, whatever that means. It means das, definitely, being present. Kesher shel tefillin means das. And so Pesach, we're going into a place of with the matzah, which it's not leavened, no yeast. You're going into a different vibration. You're eating matzah, you're changing your diet completely. You're taking a very strong, ancient medicine from the jungle. 1 second, hold on. So you came on Achar Shal Pesach and Shvi Shal Pesach and Chagigas and garlic. I ate garlic and I was walking and I felt it. I said, I just exposed myself. I felt exposed. I was in a radar and all of a sudden, I remember I was up in Pomona and I was just walking and I'm feeling the garlic. I'm like, wow, something is off. I'm exposed. But tzaddikim pflegen essen garlic, up to halten. Huh? No, opvullen, als we gaan schwerig is, op te halten the energy. Like because they quickly lift away from garlic. There's nothing exciting about garlic. When it comes to a clip they go away. It's like it's garlic. It doesn't smell good. Okay, so it naturally keeps it away. So this is good. Over Pesach, it's a level that we don't need that, and that's a distraction. Because when you do that, you go into fight mode. You go into what's really used for. It brings you back to that space. But anyways, we're so wrapped in Pesach that it was fine. It was just the realization that I chapped what's going on, why we're not eating garlic. Many Yisrael Torah. So that's the space. That's the space that we're in on. That's where the garlic, and that's the space we're entering on Pesach. With the matzah, the kara is set up according to the midas. It receives the signal. You're eating the matzah and the wine. The heart macht sich auf. The heart opens up. The matzah triggers chachma, the abba. So there's a yichud between chachma, the abba, like massive wine, which is left brain, and matzah, which is right brain. And kazais, there's a shir for it. How much you need to do to make this yichud, and then bring in this to impregnate shechina. 1 second, I just want to see if I covered everything there. Okay, yeah, after we'll come to it, yeah.
So what are we trying to do by having the kara in the whole other dimension of what we live every day by the side?
Yeah, Manishtana. What's going on over here? Manishtana was God the Fool. Like, what's it the purpose when offsetting is a different dimension? What's going on over here? Why are we doing this? Perfect. Deshala is Chomer
It's a
Levanim.
vector this hour.
Yes.
The kara vector.
The Manashtana in Manashtana Hulach Ma'ani is Zelbelish, the last one, but it's who, it's a high, Usikalila high, Aleph, Hulach Ma'ani, and then Manashtana is Koyach Ma, which is Bittel. Bittel is that as you ask the question, you understand that you have Bittel, you're not an animal, you have Bittel, to understand that this is not personal. My message here, my struggle is here to get me to ask the question, and snap into the answer through a minute. That's what the matzah gives you. It gives you the koich, and you're going to ask, how? How do I do this? How do I don't understand this. First of all, let's just say, yes, it's tough. I want to sit with my chomer levainim. I want to sit with it, but I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready to let go, to surrender to it. How, what, when? The manashtana, the question is, what's different about this setup? Which makes you add, the question will bring you home, it wakes something up within you. What's different about the setup? And you're asking why and what's going on in the world? What's with this setup over here? Mulchumas and poverty and the rich did not, betrayal. What's going on over here? That wakes you up to be able to see the map. The manashtana, because you're going into the amunah, right? Immediately, ma is koyach ma, and you're going into amuna. And this is the koyach in the Vuf Ketzuvas. So the Vuf Ketzuvas is that six corners. You have Mizrach Marav, Durim Tzufim, Malamata. The Weg wie ins kicken we Vuf Ketzuvas. Vuf Ketzuvas means the six corners. The six corners, yeah. Is by through Chomer Levanim. You're imagining walking in this big heavy suit. And I measure my steps by success based on whatever is going on out there. By asking the question of what's going on, like really, what's going on in the world? The Kara. Who's got food in the Kara of the Welt? What are we living in? What's the message? What's really happening over there? Do I need to be afraid? What is that heaviness? What's that darkness mean? Wie geht es? Was geht davor? How real is this? How real am I? Where am I real? Wie bin ich emes? Wie is mein emes? Who am I? What's my chiddush benefesh? Your Mashiach. What's your Mashiach? Waking up your Mashiach. So the Vuf Ketzuvas is that you're entering the space of going forward, going backwards, going to the right, going to the left is based on the Zek Midas. When do I want to move to the right? Chesed. I want to move to the left. Gevira. Mizrach is Teferes. Marav is Yisrael. If I have to go Marav, Shchina is Marav. Wie Shchina is in Marav. So wie is Marav? Marav is the Yisrael. Shmira Sabris, Rav Nachman, Rav Nusen, it's all over. Shmira Sabris, whatever that means. Shmira Sabris means whatever your commitments are. What's your commitment? Who are you? That is Shmira Sabris. Shmira Sabris is my covenant. Who am I? Am I my realness with myself, my emes with myself? That's my covenant. This is my agreement with Zechab. Based on what ich bin. Wer bin ich? Ben a Yid, ben Azayid, what's it Yid? What does it mean to be a Yid? What do I have more? Now that I'm a Yid, I have a Minna. So, and automatically that Shmira Sabris klaptos of Shmira Sabris. Because if you want to land it into Yesod, into Malchus, if you want to bring in your thoughts and your feelings into Malchus, into the womb, yes, you can do it. First, you're starting with your machshavos, you're cleaning your mind and you're cleaning your heart. But now I'm in Olam Asiyah, I need to do a pe'il over here, in Welt. Physically in Welt, and that's through your Yesod. So that's Shmira Sabris. If there's Shmira Sabris, then you can enter where you need to enter to. Stamp in. So, working, as I got Mafuras, as I got Mavati, noch a Malamata, which is Netzach Hoyd. Wie viel Kabbalah Soil habe ich? Kabbalah Soil is a trick. Kabbalah Soil is a code. When you drop into Kabbalah Soil, which means accepting and then having a Hidua, this is Netzach Hoyd, you're bypassing in dummy world a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need to, that was falta weg because of that, because the vibration can only meet you if you're holding space for the vibration. But if I'm in a different vibration, wem schluckt sich? If here, this energy is meeting me over here because I ganze Jahr bin ich ungeblusen, because I have chumetz in whatever way, but now you're going in over here, this Netzach Hoyd, which is Kabbalah Soil, I'm accepting. I don't need to feel I'm doing what I'm doing because this is who I am. I'm accepting, I believe. And from that place, you're bypassing all these towers that Paroi built up, that you get sidetracked as you're on your journey, and you start getting distracted with different obstacles because you don't have Kabbalah Soul. You need to feel, you need to understand it. You know, that type of thing. We're just discussing one part of this machine, which is called Netzach Hoyd. And this is how you move. This is the Kara. The Kara is so powerful, it's triggering this conversation. Not just this, and there's hundreds on YouTube that are talking about the Kara, the setup of the Kara. Shirem, jeder an Svardi, jeder hat sich gesagt, his chap was got reden to sein Hart. That's going to activate him to his Kara. And this is what we're doing. That's the power of the Kara. And this is because Kitchabriki is of the Kara. He's flashing right at that Kara. Because he's setting it up, and this is what he said. This is what I want you to do. Set it up like this. So Allah, the Ariya Kudish gesucht, also hat man es gesucht. The Ariya Kudish, yeah, it's a different way. The Ariya Kudish, the Agud, whatever it is. And with this setup, Kim Turb Kitchabriki. And he communicates with us. He got from the Kara Aran Sidi. And you're connecting with that. So Lamakim Tzam of Charayim is a moordige powerful zaak, we zijn van daar hebben. Moordige powerful matzef. Koen kol wijst dat Devach is Shabbos Igul. The camera is good, Moshe? Oh, die hebben het vandaag niet.
Okay.
It's the eerste technology.
Can I ask on the Kara still?
Yes.
So, the Kara is like a GPS, where I should go, or the Kara brings.
Yes. The Kara brings.
That's what I don't know.
The Kara is our transmitter.
So to do episode oven that I don't understand, that I don't feel the whole year.
Yes.
Now that I eat matzah,
Yes.
and I see the Kara, or
You're not understanding nothing. You're going into Moich from the Gadlus. You don't understand nothing. It's just an explosion. You just got hit in the head with a missile, with a not ballistic, child's play, because they threw it and they couldn't enter that space because the vibration was a different vibration. Their Chazarayim, the ballistic missile, couldn't enter it because it's a different vibration. A vibration that they're not even aware that exists because it's being fed by us, by all of us.
so if Paisa is a missile,
It's being fed by all the Heselzuk.
no, say it again.
It's being fed by all of us. The shield that exists over there in Eretz Yisrael that nothing was able to enter the space is created by all of us. It's by our vibration. It's our energy that's holding that.
Das ist trachten, wieso in der Ohr kommt auch Peisach. Okay, wenn der Tracht kommt es nicht. What do you say?
So complete Kabbalah soil, surrender, Netzach Hoyd.
The Gadlus is nicht verstehen. It's when the Gadlus versteht besser.
Mochel is like, but it's such an energy that's a nuclear. It's a nuclear energy that's something that it takes sometimes months to open up.
No, my question is like, what's the idea of having the Kara? Like, what does it help me, or
Does it sound like I'm backing down when I say I'm setting up. That may take months to process. When really we should aim for it. No, it's gonna. But this process in Pesach lasts. Why do we need to? Why do we need?
This is organic. It doesn't have Platz for them. It doesn't have Mishkan for the Shura. The Shechina does have Platz.
So why are we trying to bring down the 6 midas Pesach Manach?
Because it's a yichah to kitchen bricha. Well, jena nacht dat er gezoekt, haat nacht, dan ging ik roos van het zeraar.
Niet begrijp je zo. Ze dat geld aan of het doen in die wereld.
Haat nacht, dan ging ik roos van het zeraar. We zo met Makkes Begoris. Makkes Begoris is that jede gozer had a life opposite. En doe ik me gered van, misschien gecovered laatste mal. Doe ik me gered van Makkes Begoris beschat is. Ze gaat weer een geboren en persoon de andere zaad van hem. Okay, so 12 was eigen, exactly, Chatzois. Chatzois means down to that, everything, all those vibrations, I'm going to split it in the middle. Exactly, so as du kan, zoals like a little crooked, en ze gebleven maar kleine slice dat, dan gaat het gebaden, dat nog dealen met nog als €6,000 problem, no. Chatzois, Zuk Moshe Fapari, Chatzois, he's talking to the consciousness of the Welt, of the illusion that we're all living in right now. He's talking to that thing, which is a very powerful thing. And the Rebbe said he was Moshe Nefesh himself. I didn't understand, I never knew that. He was Moshe Nefesh, when he gegangen zung Fapari, that I'm going to kill you. He's standing in front of the king, he's like, I'm going to kill you if you don't let my people go out. Says, so, you know who says? Like, as far as Par is concerned, he's talking to it. Par redt it good. Redt it because he's not seeing body. He's you're not fooling him by a big ring and a necklace. You have to literally stand there toe to toe with his energy. And there's two powers, two worlds have just met. And he has looked in. If you don't listen to me, by tomorrow I'm going to kill you. And every firstborn in your country, which is the most powerful thing. The Bechor is given a very powerful thing. They ran their own armies. They understood the power of the Bechor. Pishnaim, and now we know what they were on the other side. B'ni Bechor Yisrael. As we are born, this amazing light, they have to die, and nobody can kill them because they don't have power. So real. Parazuk, there is a God. Look, what are you talking about? I'm fully present. This is Man Koyer. Stop me. What are you talking about? The guy from the toilet. Right? He's owning that. So now comes Chatzois, is exactly Chatzois is Makkes Bechoros. And he understood, he got the message that there's something that just my infrastructure, my code has been cracked. Means that it was throughout the process of the same Makkes, Yesh Loimer, Efshe Loimer, that Pare was in a real process. Kanich Badek is life Pare. How do you explain this according to Chassidus? Pare is in a real process, which is Rat Bittel. Got the daughter Zanavoid in Chassidus.
Last week.
What?
Yeah, that was discussed last week.
No, this wasn't last week. This wasn't around last week. He was going through his own process. His process of surrender, which means that Biz Makkes Bechoros is a given pink as I convinced, as if the deep is convinced, and down a doubt, and down a spike is here and do. Okay, it's not test. Noch afbrengen. Yeah, okay, maar kwets me doen, de wereld ze druk doen, I'm going with the process, I'm going with it.
Ja, dat hebben ze ook in terreur in boy. En als de alle forschen zo naar de thema is het weer van je. Te dat. Nee, dus dit zo wel. Als de natuur van de thema is het weer van één. Terwijl van de klippen, dan kun je daar zo.
Right.
Daar is het immer aangelegd in plaats.
Correct. So the clipper was in the Enishman, all that. Enishman can piss the God.
Ik denk dat de klippen.
You can go to clipper. It is the Erinachal, the Tana Nagudel. It is the Tana Nagudel. It is the big reptile that Tana Nagudel reptile that you're dealing with. Down the spikes, into the spikes, and a minna in the talking. This is Paro. He's the big radar that sends out these massive waves every single day. darfst du umdrehen and spinnen. And another one. And then different things pop up on different sides of the world. Anyways, the point is that Chatzois Halayla is a gevur geworden that there's a power over here that's bigger than him. And he had an ego death. He had an ego death. It was too strong for him. It was very strong medicine because he died. People started dying. De Bechuren zijn geweest, ze hebben hem gehalten. Er ging hem een koog van dat. Ze geweest zijn Rebbe. Ze hebben zich gericht on hem. De Havgul. En du, de vessels are starben. Verliert zijn ganze powers. Ze geweest zijn special forces, zijn special security. It's my massive kishuv and rausgeschickt energy gehalten, the space again, the greatest economy in the world. He was holding that all. He went the Rav the Klippe. So Marcus Bechoris had taken one of them. Which means that not just B'ni Bechoris means not just the Bechor, the firstborn child. You are the firstborn child. Each and every one. It's the firstborn child. Yeah. It blossoms, habt gewoon effen en it blossoms. Chiedische benefis. So bekitzer am Eise. So, jetzt halt mit der Lehne dem Indien von, wo sie kann sagen, Gvil and nicht in Gvil. In other words, how do you take the only plots wie they light kim terug do in the welt is again in the Mishkan. We zet das also gekickt. Arim gewen gebot, again the Ivan, alles the body parts and everything, the heartbeat is given in the un. And sie gewen an nimmer von einem mit einem nimnus. Nimmer von well.
Der Mucke eine mit einer.
Okay, sie gewen Kartoffelsplatz. She got the measurement, but it didn't take up the space because the space that it fit in was smaller after the bottom. And not just one. No, was again the lichas again 6 by 6 and the urn is all bizarre. Anyways, the same measurement fit in over there, which means that it didn't make sense. Imagine something that's here, but it's not here. Azag was sie do, das heißt das, aber das heißt nur, das ist the energy different. Weil sie ist groß für den Platz, it's exact measurement for the room. So you start seeing was sie fit ran. Sie fit, sie hält sich, sie fit. Doen en nicht do. Dat is gefeated und draußen mit der Carbonus, den ganzen anderen eincleanen. Constantly cleaning the energy. Und sie gehen rein, in Vishalayim, bei Nacht, sie gehen ausgekleint jeden Tag noch in die Geteures. Sie haben ein ganzes System, wo sie mit das gehalten, in alle Schäfe gekommen von dort. So, the Kaira does the same spiel. Kaira is dan Uren. The Kaira is dan Uren, weil der has dort, the ganze body has the ganze Gif, in der has the Chachma bin das, und sie speist sich bei der Nacht. Ani v'le Malach, ani v'le Suruv, which means the king of all kings. The king of all kings came to the Pesach Nacht. The energy that you're feeling is from the king of all kings. Just mind the king of all kings. So how many kings are there? God forbid. There's one king. But he shows up in many different ways. On every level he shows up in a different way. In Atzilus, Bri, Etzira, in different ways, different levels in your life, how he shows up. And on every level, there's negotiations. You see him this way because of your behavior that way, and your behavior that way is because you're stuck from whatever happened to you and the other way. So we're stuck, and you want to forgive, but the world is not ready for your kindness. So you have to continue hiding, but yet you need to show up. So there's the back and forth. On every level, but Paisa Badanach came the Melech Malch HaMluchim, which is the king of all kings, and she says so high that as it no lichtigkeit. As it no lichtigkeit. She says so high that she dafarukim and so nidrig. As was a kennen sikke mens so high. Was meint So kommt von einer solchen Platz that you don't have an expression for it. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Only to a place where you're so low that it makes no sense. You don't understand it. You don't understand what you're doing every day, your struggle. Well, what's the point? What's going on? It makes no sense. Like, what's the point over there? Exactly. That's the light you're carrying. That's the light of... So, the Makim Etzam B'Vcharayim says the Rebbe is that Ayid, when Ayid tracht Machshuva Teuer, Metzav Lamasa, the Menidus mag bring the Korban Pesach, the Seh, Fahren Korban Pesach, Shabbos HaGudel, was meint als, with the Seh, was am gefragt, the Bechorim Wusse Deis, am gesucht als, es gaat de Schechten, er sagt, this is in der Avodah, this is in der Gott, es meint, jene Energy was eigentlich benitzt mit, man geht hargen the energy, meint, als gar nicht sterben, so, this is our mazel. The Seh, the guy stays Schechten, he verliert the power, because he disrespecting it, on every level. And then you're killing this, so it's not Kaila do. It's meant that the the invincibility of them from the Koich and the guys from Shechten. Yeah? So those Barach sind gegangen zu Pare, und besucht von Pare. Lazarus, darfst du rauslassen, because this guy, the Bechorim, got out in the Bechorim. And he said no, because he was doing his avodah. Even dann kennt tiefer. Wie viel Minna hast du, als ich bin der Power, ich darf nicht gehen, ich bin der Power, ja? Wie viel Power, wie viel Minna? The ego, gegangen tiefer, because that's his makeup. So, they declared the civil war, because they knew they didn't have to go out, because they said, Moshe so far gemacht good on every one of his promises. He was on the clock, and he stopped it on the clock, and it's like, it makes no sense, but we have no choice. We have to believe, because there's a big it's a 90% chance that he could deliver, because it didn't make sense to them, because their koich is very strong. But they're like, okay, spielt sich geschehen, sie haben verstanden die Sache. No, yeah, I guess they traced it. The kids is going on civil war.
Pare was a bigger man.
A bigger?
Pare, he got a bigger man because.
Of course, that's what we're saying. He did his avodah.
I know it's Magai,
yeah, we say that, yes, but he did his avodah for real. So. Yes, correct, very good. Yes, gegangen all the way. Gegangen damit all the way. But the fact that it's Magai, then sieht man, it's getting von seiner Attention. Nicht haben gewinn a Billon. Nicht gewinn got intellect, het verstanden. Het gehad de bittel, sof, noch Christians, het is Magai gewinn. 1 second. So now, wie me gehalten doen, before deze bij paar is, gehalten met naar cirkel.
Gewoon.
Ja, so we beginnen met de se,
So schon gehört, so ein Gewiss, da habe ich schon was zu legen. Der
Hagen zei dus. So jetzt, so der Rebel, maakt het zwar met Gerayim, als zo wird hier beginnen met de se, gaat am Machshuva, nu gaat am Machshuva van, man gaat makros aan sacrificing them shepsel, de mana klippes, mana tavos, man gaat Zayar avoid the Zura, which is holding, Zayar avoid the Zura is holding me hostage. The culture from the country is Zayar avoid the Zura is holding me hostage. Ich darf mithalten mit them. I have to dress like that, I have to think like that, I'm hostage by that, I can't get out. And what does it look like, Gaya Shechten? Okay, good. Try. Let's see how many things in your life are you able to change without, worrying about the risk of what the other God's doing, their God's doing. It says avoid the Zura, no? It says Levitic. It's avoid it. So, but by simply having the machshuva, am gait hargen und avoid the Zura, immediately am zah schon umgefangen sich hargen zwischen sich.
Mishchi Krilechem time. So once you're making a Mashiach, heb je nu wel eens te gezien.
Het is gewoon een civil war, ze moeten gewoon van hargen zwischen zich. Bis zu Pare, bis zu Pare. So bis zu Pare. Ich meine, they did. Ze haben sich gegengestellt gegen him and he held him down.
Yeah.
He was powerful. Because het is rausgeschickt.
Shabbos HaGudel, dus de mensen wat tegenwinnen. Bij de fight.
Ja.
Het gaat niet meer begonnen.
Oh, gaat het meer begonnen staat?
Ja, weil gewinnt hat ausgeschickt alle seine Chayulas zu hagen in der Bechören. Wie Joyce in der Hergi, von dem Melchume Ma'asher, von Makis Bechören, der Melchume gewinnt, blittert gegessen hat. Leili ziehst mit Zerayim und der Bechören gewinnen. Seine Soldaten, hat es aufgegeben. Hat doch gefeiert bis der letzte Minute, Pare.
Oh, dann sag ich, was der Bechören sind dann gestorben.
Was sagst du? Nein, ich hätte Schabes ja gut, wenn es gehört, wenn es gehört, dass geschieht. Daran protestierende Gäste. Und er hat geschickt seine Tanken. Man hat gehagelt dort mit Geuren. Mehr Wiffel sind gehagelt, wie man macht mit Geuren.
Wow.
Ein paar hat sie gehagelt, das war die Stücken der Protest. Sie kommen leider zu mit Zerayim, und schon gesehen, Riegel sind so wild, zum aufgebrochen, der Arme in Amelig. Jetzt haben wir einen Gewinnerpark gesagt, okay, ich gebe auf Heuzeit. Die Sicht muss ich an, so ausgelaufen auf der Gas.
Sie hat noch ganz umgehalten.
Bis der letzte, aber nicht zwei Chatzos hat noch gefällt.
Wow, so the clip is going also stark, and 12 was sagen, wie stark der Light ist. 12 was sagen, hat er gebrochen. Es ist gar kein Game. Really, sein fully jene presence, was sie gewinnt, free, so stark, business off, melted. He had no choice, he surrendered. So, when they clip wird gehagelt, when they clip ist man, ja, gehagelt, but let me say nothing in that when down belief system that you're so stuck in that you don't understand anything else, your doubt and your fears and your judgments, the way you look at things, the way you judge things and all that, to a place that you don't even know wie du bist getrapped. You don't even know wie du bist getrapped.
Das heißt, aber so bei uns ist es Middes. In seiner Hastigkeit.
No, but I is nicht over the Zur, but I is our existence. Ja, so with the Zur, but say that.
Sein machen von dem Gott, bei uns von dem ist es Agulis.
Ja, but kick on the God. Nein, kick on, was a relationship haben sie mit der Gott? Ich meine, wie liegt sei Gott? Wie, sie du, sind nicht gut, du stamm, sie ist pisst. Was it man asked in clothing design? So 12 azayge chatzos is when we eat the v'kaimen. That's when you have to check when chatzos is 12 or 1. I don't know what time it is. Then let's gas the rosim time. There is a cut right there with Pari surrendered. I get it into.
So how they come to a massive light was overtake the darkness?
Yes. Not just and what is the darkness? The belief, the confusion, the belief that we live in. So all like no the ganze coding again. Dam, Svardaya, Kinem, Betzah, Chadash, Bachav, Matzah, Murel, Koirech, the ganze Spiel. But the intention, the avoid is to enter the space of 1 second, enter the space. You're not entering nothing. It's happening. It's happening. Drink 2 cups wine, 3 cups, there's noch 2 cups, it should be nice and almost surrendered. You know? The last cup for sure is like, that's already Kabbalah Sod. There's nothing to talk about. And then the zweite Nacht is the erste cup Kabbalah Sod. Hat toch schon was van de eerste. Bevor, ja. Befragt me kennen geschaut aan de eerste nacht. Dus gab es package, moet ik altijd van mijn minne. Dat is gelijk, maar ze doen einseitig. Einseitig. Are you going to save it? You don't know what's going to be tomorrow. Meaning, even if, let's say, you save for the second side, what if you come to the first side that you just missed the entry?
Ich habe noch einmal gesagt, das ist eine ganze Zeit gewillt. Was arbeitet daran in nicht gewillt. Dort Seder stimmt nicht mit der Welt, das Sache, wie Lila Kiss, stimmt nicht der Welt Seder. Seder is basically Ktuvas, Ruf Ktuvas, Seder.
Ah,
so okay. The ganze Seder is the vessel for their life in the car. Das stelle ich zusammen ein bisschen. We need a Seder Nacht.
Very good. So they are
15 Simona. Everything in the side geschieht the atom.
Also das ist interessant, weil ich hab gesucht, and you're mirroring back, but you're telling it to me the way ich hab es gehört.
Ja.
This is gesucht, so she's given the energy there, so it reflects back the andere Charik defense. Interessant. Staan we
Das ist ein mit und das ist so auf Ktsuvas, aber ich dachte, man nicht misach mal zu von du mit Ktsuvas. Mal macht doch nicht kein Ktsuvas. Nur jedes Tag, jede Sache, die dann über das gefallen wird schon Ktsuvas, wird schon viele Mal macht, wie so gefällig für einen, wie gefällig für ist auf Ktsuvas. Das basically wie du bist stuck in deinem Ego. The side of the Nacht ist pink verkehrt. Du wirst in Gunisch stuck. Du wirst in Gunisch verhackt. Du wirst in Gunish. Es gibt eine Saalleid in der Welt.
in the Gvul.
In der Gvul.
So the word is that the Gvul is pink to the start with the bleak Gvul. You understand? You hear it? Das geht? Verstanden?
Verstanden, geht.
Okay. Wijs man Gvul and bleak Gvul. Wijs man Gvul and bleak Gvul. So do as Abu says Gvul, as they fired up the candle is mukbul, so wie groß the fire is. Nukmul does Abu says bleak Gvul, it's endless. It's like light, and then pointless, needless, endless light for no, just toyu. It's like, it's not toyu, but it's like, yeah, it's like nuclear, it's active, and then there's non-active, you know, that you're not even able to, it means nothing because it's so hot. And that, so Yana, it's connected to Yana light. So when the hostas are bleak wildige light, kimt dan in Welt and Gevil, which is limited to the length, the size from their fingers and the size from they give, and the size from down personality and all that is limited. But really, you're dealing with an unlimited light. The source is unlimited, and unlimited means not just in eiches but in kamas, Torah, and then levels of alibis and oisies and codes and timing and pleasure and masugas. You know, that's all that is entering the give. So really, you need to once you get out from the chomer levana, you're not measuring the vuf ktsuvas anymore in a chomerding, in a boxy way. You're measuring your movement by how you feel. You're measuring the presence, which means that you're realizing that the body, the way you feel it, you're in a lock. You're in chomer levana. You're in cement. You're very stiff. Your will is echoed back. You know, imagine New York City. You have the buildings and you have the glass, and then you have block and cement and all that, and then look at Israel. Feel the vibration here. It's noisy, ma'arbet and ma'ak, and the vibration means like whatever you're bouncing off, and it's our mood, the way you act, the way you feel, the way we look. We look harsh. Wacht er iemand die vergmarret en verbitterd and ungeliked, and you know, in either if you're already in shape, then it's an intense bitterness. You know, that is the chomer levana. That's part of it. Structured in a way with the energies moving out physically, emotionally, whatever it is that's happening turns you into this. In every space and every city, there's a different type of vibe. Different type of shigas. So Pesach Night is where the lock is opened up. You're allowed out. You're released. You're going out of Mitzrayim.
What he said.
You're going out of Mitzrayim, which means that you're releasing. You're tapping into your ruach, the ruach shel Mashiach. You're tapping into the spirit. How? 4 cups of wine. 4 cups of wine, and which is also Aish, Ruach, Mayim, Ufa, the 4 elements. And Rav Nussen talks about it very strongly, about the 4 elements, Osraning in the 4 elements, which is the Aish and the Riach, the Mayim, the Ufa, and then it's coming along and Dat was coming along into why should I this? You saw he's talking about entering the space, the tzaddik. You're entering into your tzaddik. You know, and based on your level of tzidkis, that's how low you can go to save yourself. Okay?
So Mitzrayim is basically gvul beklippen. The gvul was blaktig echt. The rest was Mitzrayim, staat als gvul mit nummer blak. So der gvul ist nicht ganz stehen.
The taste of this gvul is do a mala and Seder in the bli gvul. It's mach mal a Seder. Sie hoben in doing their will that one's namas outside. We can't live in bli gvul.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, a few deep breaths in, sit back, relax the chest, the solar plexus, open up, take a deep breath in, connect. So that's, take a deep breath in, Shabbos HaGudel. 4 cups out of the elements, working on the core, changing the element. That's a deep level. That's a deep avodah. You're not talking here about midas. You're talking here about deep the core, changing the receptor. Somebody is there, changing the receptor. That's the 4 cups. Yeah, Rahman indicates to it. I mean, Muslim indicates to it that that's the 4 cups because it talks about the 4 cups and all that within Ochet Sakim Teros, you have to understand that Pare is the Tan and Agudel, which means that it is the Nachal Pisha and Nachtzimah. That's to do the feed in the Chulim, which came in the Ros from Banur Yetzim Aiden. So it's a talt in feed, Shulim. So it's a talt in feed, and Pare sits by the Größe Schissel. And everything filters through him. This is the 6 corners. This is the new. It's like a new way of how you want to drive this. Imagine you're driving, you're playing a game, driving a plane. It's like you're moving a bit. Is het maar doen zo van. Dat is waar. Ik ben dus altijd weg. that's from Mamurim, so it's very interesting also Zerangi came with Pesach. It's Zerangi came with Guf Ktsuvas. The Kara, the Midas. So Pesach, so now you have the matzah. The matzah is a minna. Minna is, the matzah activates something very stronger, activates the minna within us. The inner child. The child, our kind at the minna. He's fully present. So you have the inner child. Frek de kasha, is manashtana. What? Yeah.
So what I asked before about the kids. So the side is about the kids, or about yourself, or you channeling for your kids?
It's everything. It's about you, it's about your kids. It's really about the kids. Yeah, it's Manashtan, it's Kadesh, it's about the kids. And it's the kid within us.
So what message do you try to convey to the kids?
I think the best message to convey to the kids is to let them be kids, and they're the message. They're gonna show you where you need to be.
Well, there's meer in a minute wie ends. So, yeah.
And they're also
and they get the flats.
And they're not abused
They're
yet.
gonna trigger you in the right place.
They're not abused yet. They're not abused yet. They're not traumatized yet, so they can still imagine in a way that you can't imagine. You less, the older generation even less. But this is the Mashiach though. They can imagine. So let them be who they need to be. And they're going to show you.
Steht der keiner Ben Scheuer. Steht die kleine Äußers, die Instructions zu tun, aber zu die können suchen. Aber die Kind fragt echt, es kommt alles von seiner Gesundheit, von der Minne, die ihn überhaupt. Das bringt ihm zu fragen, geschieht keiner Mensch. Das ist der Rule, wo du das jetzt tun. Wenn sieht dir alle Sachen, hat gleich Mann ist dann, wo es geschieht.
One second, I'm distracted. The mic, that was gesehen, oder sie geht das so? Sie waren, ja? Okay, repeat.
Kann aber ein schön normal, sieht es so wie die kleine Häuser zwischen den Stückchen, wo der Gute so groß mit Tit jetzt.
Yes.
Also die können sagen, als keiner Ben Scheuer ist eine Sache, was sie geschieht. Jetzt höre ich, also du sagst das. Sei machen jetzt Details über nach.
Yes.
Sei machen jetzt als eine Platz. Sei fragen, sei weiß mir so eine Frage.
Nein, maar de zoekster is nog anders. De zoekster is nog dieper. Als Kana Ben Shoel is dat du freak the kind to the tati manashtana. And this is another secret code. It's another code of how we communicate with the tata.
Das ist schon für seinen Schauer, weil rausgebracht, wie die Titans sind für die Seite. Wieso bringe ich die Kinder an die Seite? Lass ihm seine Present.
Ja, wil drinken en zo, gießt aus, gießt nicht aus, sitzen dort und man gaat grasen. Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Yeah.
Drink a glazel van, the Wabo also has to drink a glazel van, and let Sachen sagen, wie sie das ist aside. It is organized chaos. 4 cups van, you're asking for trouble, right? But Baruch Hashem, it's not. Das ist doch the energy von der Nacht. Es ist der Rebbe mit seiner Gvul, mit Meritz. Es ist Baruch Hashem, der trinkt. The matzah takes you down. It's a process. And the manashtan, I want to go there for a minute. The manashtan is you. Kana Ben Shoel, du fragt the kind, in some of the kind, and we're looking at our father, like manashtan Allah Zeh was God before. But really, the manashtana is, we're not asking was God before. Manashtana is they questions triggering shen as the roles come in the positive. Right? I keep going to the Rashi was God before. Delete. But it was important to say. Because you have to bring it down. Yeah, there was a cheshbon there in the structure because I'm not feeling the connection, Manashtana. What are you talking about? Tati, Zin, and whatever. Even if life is good, I'm not connected. I don't know what you're talking about. But Manashtan, I'm asking about my life. Was guy the food? And all of so my freak the few kashas, Manashtan and Lailas and Kalalas. We're just having a conversation with the father, with the tata. Was his hand nacht anders van een ganze nacht. And the tata automatically get geila. The fragst them the kashas and I get the trick the geila. So you're triggering. It's a very high. You know what? Says was a meretzi hakenig. In some of the chavudim, some of the washroom zemaret, washroom zemadavant. So my beit azur, my vaynt, my shreit, my kimt aran, it's blutig, you know. It's like, we kips to around the beit now, there's room them to get my villa. Right, we're slaves. And the Aguda tells us where, the Aguda tells us, v'zeh meret metamelech, ma'ashtan alal azeh, was it in the kasha, shevchal alal azeh, Chumetz and matzah. Okay, good. Let's go through the kashas. Is a chumetz and matzah there's the kasha? Okay, so chumetz and matzah is a ganz yur esech chumetz and hat nach esech nor matzah. And we said before was the matzah was the chumetz did. The chumetz blows the chun. It opens up your ego. So when you're saying hat nach esech nor matzah, you're automatically triggering boom the consciousness of matzah, which is a shdukan, tznish dunga blows, tznish dunga ego.
Presented für ein Kind. Once ze zegt killer matzo, fragt gleich auf das Genie. Wie ist geschehen? Wie ist er
What's that? What? Let him come in. It's okay. It's his thing. Come. Nobody's looking. Come. You're just sitting in the back.
Kasha is nicht kein.
What's that?
Kasha is nicht kein kasha, just a side.
Yes, the kasha is a password. It's a code.
It's just a side of the meretzi hakenig or the formality.
Yeah.
Bringt er aus der Territz.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. That's what this is, no? Okay, next to kasha. Where are you guys from?
Barbara, Muncie, Jersey.
First time? I'm not sure why I see you.
I've met you in the past.
Yes, okay.
No, first time for the two. These are my friends.
Got it. Where in the shear, you saying?
No, I went to the
Got it.
one of the back party.
Okay, fine.
And you know my husband.
Yeah, okay, okay. Fine. So, next to kasha.
Shari Yerukas and Mutter.
Shari Yerukas and Mutter, yeah. So once again, the Mutter is triggering the Mutter activates something that we said before, something within us. In the Madara Gang Mutter, it says bitte, Mitzrayim, whatever that meant. 1 second, you asked before if we're going out, what happens after, right? Die gaat met zich. Als we rausgegangen van Mitzrayim, hoe zijn we het doen, ja?
Fragt der Para.
Kennisch?
Fragt Para ist Magai gewesen, so der ist Para.
Oh, okay. So Para ist Magai, der ist Para. Een andere joekel, no?
Wat is zo bejoekt met de andere klein, zo beschwingen?
No, it's a country. It's powers.
So meaning
it's collective powers. The power has been split up. So it's different power. But is there the guy? Probably.
No, if Para was
Machnia, they have a system. Yeah.
But the clipper was Machnia all the way. Then what's it begin them?
If it wasn't, or if it was?
If it was.
No. But there, yeah, chronicle. We have to go through the process 4 times to get to get a proper cleansing. If you want to say I should have my over 4 times, we then drink 4 cups van, That's the four elements we said. Then that's the whatever it is on every level. So, what represents the klippenat? A country's culture, all that. It doesn't have that power anymore. So it's still distinct, but it's still a distraction. You don't know any better. This is the reality. This is the fish thing that we live in. That's the movie that we watch. That's the movie that the movies that you put something on somebody for many years that he watches something and then that's all he can see. That's where it's at. It's in the vibration. It's on every level, which means that you can send out a thought, and that should bring back a positive thought. But we're so deeply corrupted, almost to the bone, that there can be a positive enough flash to make a yichud, to make a contact with. Because all you need is 1 second, one ray of hope, one ray of light to connect to a positive thought. If you come from a real place and you connect automatically, you activate the Eze connect, you activate the incoming, right? Because every action has a reaction. If I push, I get pushed back. Every action has a reaction. Every active thought has a reactive thought. So at certain times of the year, we enter a space that we can send out a signal from such a powerful place. That is the Yechidus Benefesh. It is who we really are. And that happens Pesach Nacht. So let's see where it goes. Kilimur means that there is something inside of you that is, where can you find the murder within you? Wie kannst du treffen the bitterkeit, the bitterness, that it's bitter? Whatever it is, addiction, food, marriage, relationship. Wie bist du verbittert? Where do you feel small? Where do you feel like a victim? Where do you feel that you're not, or that or that you're searching? So that, it doesn't have to be. The newer generation doesn't have to be so murderdig. The murder is that what am I activated here? What am I activating here? What am I searching for? What do I want? Who am I? Ayeko. Who am I is a powerful question. Who am I? It's so powerful that it's right in front of your face and you can't see it. Okay, who am I? Big deal. Who am I is an echo. It's a vibration that when we ate from the Eitz Hadas and Hashem came into Gan Eden, he's like Ayeka. And that voice is forever, and that is right. It's like this. It goes like a slinky from all the way up. So Mitzrayim, going out of Mitzrayim, Pesach, Beis Hamikdash, Mishkan, Midbar, all that is happening. All that is happening, and it's just stretched out to the place where it's taken so much time to get it. To the place where Malchus goes from a light, that it's clear, and it expands and expands and expands. So why do I say expand? Maybe it shrinks. Probably the other way. So you have from seeing it clear. Where was I? Ayako. Yeah, deep breath, everybody. Take a deep breath. What?
So you're saying there's no resistance on Pesach Nacht?
So Pesach Nacht, you can so we're corrupted. The message. So Pesach Nacht, I said this already. I was already somewhere else. So so Pesach Nacht, you can actually send out an active signal of Ayako, who you are. Who you are is going to take you back to. It should take you back to who you are. Who am I? It's not an explanation. It's not an image. It's just a feeling. It's a presence. It's a presence. That is the Yechidus Benefesh. That is the essence of your soul, of your nefesh. You don't feel it. It's not a feeling. It's just a presence. It's a presence. And what's the point if I connect to a presence if I don't feel it and if I don't have it? Because you're making a yichid from such a high place that you're planting a seed from such a high place that then that will have enough power to wash out and do kriyas yamsov all the way down to your deepest fears and doubts.
Kill him with a string and
1 second. So So the whole year you do something, you do a deed, but the power of it is not, it doesn't come from such a deep place because we're limited to what we can access. Pesach, we're going all the way to the Chiddush B'Nefesh, all the way to my essence where I surrender that I don't need to understand, I don't need to feel, I don't need to be in a certain space. I just am. I'm doing, right? So you go into that place, and from that place, that's where you make that yichud with the 4 cups of wine and the matzah. You make that yichud from a place of Chiddush B'Nefesh, and mostly it's, you have to visualize it before. You can't walk into the Seder and expect. Think about it for the next few days. Process it. When you have a month, when you have a minute, what does my Seder look like? What does my Seder look like? And then, as you plan it, the night, the day, you're gonna catch yourself at certain moments when you're losing track or getting nervous or something. It's like, what am I supposed to be doing now? I'm actually in a prayer. I'm preparing for something. There's a preparation. And the whole cleaning for Pesach and the whole taking out the chometz, it's not just the cleaning. That's the energy before Pesach. That's the energy. It's noisy. It's loud. It's intense. There's something happening. The klipa is stirring up my doubts, my fears, and it's before Yom Tov. I don't have enough money. I need more clothing. I don't need. I do need. I'm going to eat here. I'm going to eat there. There's all these. The energies are showing up with the limited kalim that we have. Or, thank God, that's the biggest problem we're dealing with. We're not dealing with, the Purit's got Kimon and he's going to throw the kids out because we didn't pay the rent. It's different. It's a different level of a hakka. It's very simple. So, making the yichud from that place, so then when you enter back, when you come back in, you start seeing you're more in ruach, you're more in spirit than in the physical and the chaymer levanim, and you're able to move. The shishik tzav is the 6 sides, which is chesed, wir, the first netzachot. You're able to move through my emotions, which means that I'm not carrying that heavy load as I work my way through the process of my avodah, my work here in Welt. I'm not carrying 1,000 pounds chaymer levanim. Paro used to listen to this, yeah. He used to come out with a bucket, with a shovel himself, and he worked with the guys. He encouraged them, Magarbet. And however bricks or blocks they were able to do, he's like, now this is your quota for the rest of your existing life. What does that mean? What does it look like? That looks like to us where you're taking on certain fears and certain judgments. He's like, you're going to carry that load for the rest of your life. What does he gain from it? Because it's like a fuel. It's like some machines need gas, some machines like sugar, some machines need water. This machine generates energy through that way, which means that Zeir Ampon Yisrael, which is locked up in the kippah, the iron dome. It's locked up under the flame, the candle, the fire is there, and it's the cap is put in it, and which means that every breath and any thought that you're taking or whatever you're doing, it's going through a filtration system of pare. You haven't had every thought that you have is like breathing through. You haven't taken a deep breath anytime ever. We are since COVID, we're already starting to breathe. Definitely. But the klipa is it's like fighting back, it's like mitamul, there's again this craziness of abundance, and then it's like, what gets it? It confuses people. So, the kids and Amai said, what's the Drita Kasha? So the Mutter is going to wake up your bitterness or your question, who am I? Yeah, that's where it is. Ayaka, who am I? That's bitter. I still haven't figured out who I am. Like, where do I go with this? Who am I? Vi food of them, and then what's the? It's like such a klotz kasha, and it's like, if I figure out who am I, that's when I'll be where I want to be. I figured it out. Yeah, you'll be where you want to be. You figured it out. But who am I is only going to activate your core. You still have to do the work and spread this up to the moichen, your thought process, and then into your midas, your feelings. Actually, your feelings. That's the That's the tough job. The tzaddikim don't have this tough job. They have a different job. They don't have to bring it into the feelings. The way, their feelings are different feelings. His feeling is to sit all day and learn another block Gemara and make another yichud and tefillah. I'm talking about the real tzaddikim. They're all tzaddikim, but I'm talking about the high level tzaddikim. So they are the work. So they have a moment on Pesach, and with that, from that moment, they continue to sit. They sit in Maharvit, and it's easy. So there's a chanal, and Ish doesn't come flash on, or he's gonna see the food in front of him. He's not gonna eat it right away. He'll wait 10 minutes. It's fine. But to have a moment and then come back into your struggle, and now I have to integrate that, and it's like, really, did I really have an experience? What was the whole point? And now we're so advanced, that like, what's the little point in going into it when I know what I'm going to come out of the other end again and deal with the same thing, right? That's the work. And you're a fighter, you're a soldier. How do you know? Because you are in the front lines. So clearly, you're a fighter. You wouldn't be in the front lines if you weren't a fighter. You would be busy, doing something else. But instead, you're fighting. You want to understand. You want to feel. You want to know. So, so Pesach is where we enter that place of Mutter. Verder Kaja is?
Dit is eigenlijk
Nee, maar de tweede is Mutter.
Ja, en nou de tweede is eigenlijk die nog dat net was. En dat was echt special.
I'm not doing Philip Hamerges. A lot of their type om. What? Yep. Thank you. Yes. No, was it the Kasha? Ik denk dan zweimal. So we got the Mutter. Einmal Karbas and Salzwasser. Okay, einmal Karbas and Salzwasser and einmal Mutter and Charosis, which means that very nice. According to Salzwasser is Briz Kodesh, is what's the good Kodesh? No, what's the position? Briz Melech Oilam. Briz Melech Oilam. En nogmaals, de moeder in Charosis is, wow. De moeder in Charosis is, de moeder is de inzermoeder. En betekent te zijn in Charosis, als men zoekt als, in het verstaan is een process. We're not taking it personal. This is the apples, this is the van, chakal tapulchin, and the van, which is yain, which is yain is shivim, which is the shivim imas, malem toida, the yain is activated as the Shivim Imas, which means that you can already take charge of the Midas. So,
even tit.
Yes.
In
the tit, like on the feast, and the Zooks, listen, Tata, and some of this, no, we're here with you, we got you, let's do this. Yeah, here's dance, wake him up.
How the fed the cost?
Yeah. Ja, bestaat zich.
Kom.
Hoeveel doorzoom? Yeah, that was coming.
Maybe the whole Umgat we've had before Pesach is that we know that something is going to happen, but we don't know how we're going to integrate it after Pesach.
Saying, okay, so good. So now that's what you're doing this one. So you're not afraid. So you know what's coming. You know what you need to integrate. Yeah.
Durch den Bielen verstärken das. Pesach ist ein Kille Mure triggert nicht. Sie sehen nicht aus Mensch, als Alayla sehr Kille Mure. Das fragt er, wie sie können sagen, als Alayla sehr, das sei größte Nacht, das Kille Mure leicht uns nicht weg. Redt nicht aus Mensch mit Kille Mure.
Right.
Das fragt er.
Yeah, and
That's what he's saying. The Makbilen is...
yeah, and on the contrary, killer murder, Allah is a killer murder is, Allah is a killer murder.
Gut, suchen sie, als Iran ist doch kein Mensch für Killer Mure. Es ist auch nicht so, dass ich für Killer Mure. Alle sind bei ihrem über Maslow ist mein Killer Mure. Weil Pesach der Nacht ist Killer Mure auch nicht kein...
Now, well, those are going to speak fakir. The killer murder is triggering the killer in minute.
Ah.
Yeah. The further kasha is...
Sieben. Leider sehr Killer in Sieben.
Yeah. Wow. This is the answer kasha. The further kasha is...
Ben Yeshua,
and is wrong the seven. Besides, I think so. I'm going to lie those there. Kaluna Mesivin. So, I mean, the simple answer is, I got that out in that process. I like to spell it. I like
Mesivin is Silen.
Finish.
Mesivin meint Mesilen.
Nissa.
Mesivin.
Mind.
Ich like mich auch.
No. Yeah, yes, this, but different than that is Mesibin is activates. It's a certain process. Gasteros van Chomer, you're going into Ruach. Gasteran de Kavura from the Zach. Gasteran and the Matzah. The Matzah is Chita is 22 Alabas, 22 Oisius, which is when the kind found came through in the world is the gaat around the Neshomas and incubated. Unsam Sitzigrad na Rutzikim in the world to prepare. An animal is an Azal incubated. Da wissen gaat er gaan the safari, dus dat dus twee. Dat van Sitzigrad van them. Dat wissen we. Al dat zijn nog zitten voor de kasje. Als de Chai is geboren, we weißt nicht daran zu laufen auf Feuer. Wir weißt wegzulaufen von der Wasser. Wo sucht man? Er jetzt geboren. Wie hat der Intellekt? Dat gaat van Heim. Er hat nicht kein Intellekt. Het is eigenlijk van zijn programma. Als een kind weint, wenn wil op is, het is eigenlijk van zijn programma. Wat in de programma. Maar een kind is ook het, een Udam, een mens, een Ayid, was leren de Alfbeis, gaat dan aan incuberen, we leren de ganze Teure, wisten de ganze Teure, we leren met hem de Alfbeis. Alles is de Alfbeis, de ganze Teure is al, als Sheriff, als Weg, Skintos, als parts of, combined, Kimtos, als Hindermischen, Stolzenmischen, whatever it is. So man lernt ons de ganze Teure, de Chachmas Teure, lernt man ons van een kind. En jetzt, ein Kind kann doch schon fangen reden, fahre erst Matze, fahre erst Gitter dugen. So wenn man erst de Gitter, sagen wir ins de Kanschöre Laben, jetzt fragt mit er kann noch nicht reden, hat toen fangen reden, der Mann hat mit ihm aufgeweckt, was liegt schon an seinem Nefisch. Het aufgeweckt, was liegt an seinem Nefisch, man weckt auf de, wie de Tate sucht, der Kind, wenn ein Kind sagt, der Tate der Mama läuft er. Ich weiß nicht, wo es. Ich weiß nicht, wo es läuft zu sein Tate, wo es der meint, weil ein Juri Kind weiß, was Mami meint. Ich hab nicht, weiß aber, das ist Gott. Es ist all von Tati. Sucht Tati, without any explanation. Und wenn sucht der Tati, bekommt was will. So dezelfde zaak, weiß ich, danach sind wir so wie kleine Babys, kleine Kinder. Man weckt sich auf, man hat dann mal gegessen, die Dugan, die Gita. So activated 22 Oisies von der Alves. En van jene plaats vregen met de kasjes. Oh, dit is schon nog een vregen met de kasjes. Van jene plaats receiven we exactly. Maar van jene plaats lijkt me zich erop. Maar lijkt zich erop met Sibben en you're going into the process. Maar niet ongeland om de Joodse gewinnen. It's serious stuff. I saw it from the Maral. It's like not just the Ungeland, you know. It's like dat was aan een geheerige matze, dat was aan Ungeland.
Majority in the shorts notes.
What's that?
Majority in the shorts notes.
Geen is de?
Majority in the shorts notes.
Maar dat, oké, ze doen levels of Ungeland. Ik ken het met Akishin, ze ook, ze gids, ze beseden, maar ze dat was aan Ungeland. Dan ik ken het, is limited in space. But at least there has to be sort of chayres and ungeland, so you can connect to this, to whatever it is that we're connecting to.
Maar in front van our rabbi don't...
In front van our Rebbe toen was ik
And
zo
sure,
lang.
is the because this is the reason because because it's go through him. Through that.
Yeah. That or the Moira Rabach, the respect for them is equivalent to the Eid. So you're anyways tapping into it through their way. And for the Rebbe, Prava nicht kann Chayres do, just Prava little. So the further kash is by by Masibin. I mean, it's a powerful one. The Masibin is a powerful one. Malak Tzachuruk. When you're going for a breathing or a process, Malak Tzachuruk. You lay down.
So what's that process?
What's that? The siding?
The further kash? The Masibin.
No.
When you come to Masibin, is that process?
But Malat Tzachuruk. That's when you're entering the process. No, that's when you're receiving all the codes. That's how it's received. You like the ask the matzah, so you receive the initially you have to be in chayres, and this is how you relax your body into it, and I guess that's how you receive the brothers. That's how you make the yichud. When the guys machen a yichud, okay, there's a specific way how you enter into the space.
This is the code was an end.
Also machst du der yichud. Kimmer schon da ungezogen. 2 Gläser lang, relax. Gegeben wurde so, dass man gesagt, we had some there was a foreplay, what sich anerkannt, and we got to know each other, Psika the Zimmer, and now we're entering. We're entering into the Yichud of Kitche Brichi Yeshchinte. Klal Yisrael. And it's not a Yichud, it's a Yichud that is happening at that moment. We're not celebrating something. It's we're going into us to the chasana. That's it. There's a yichud from that place, and the yichud is always there because since you can over in the usid, since you can past and future and the vuf katzuvas mukam iti since you right, left, center. In Atzilus it's one. It's alucha. It's moved by energy from Mishnah and different body parts, different sections of Torah. That's how he moves up there. That's how you connect to Atzilus. So, wie wir gehen.
Man findet es ja effekt, das ist auch so Sache, weil das ist Menschen, die erste Mal so sie da wieder leicht gelaufen. Nein, wir können schon ablegen.
Right.
Eine Schreddi verheiratet, eine Schreddi von der Sitte.
Correct.
Das ist Decker-Process.
Correct.
Sich zu lassen auslösen.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to the point. Wie we gehaald, dus ik ga niet een keer voor nog even zijn baan. Okay. So we hebben dum. So we laten ze gewoon omgelaat. Right. No, but you're not more than. Okay, we say that.
I think now I understand better. Paisa is not a celebration.
Yes, very
Meaning
good.
Sikkas is Sikkas you celebrate going out of the
so there's no over, there's no wizard. Thank you. It's the second time this just from the time before. So the yichud is happening. It's in Jukan Uver, it's in Jukan Usid. There's no past, no future. There's only the present moment. Only in Malchus, we start off with the further and finish it. In Malchus is where it goes, like the slinky. We're at the bottom of the slinky. We're in the physical. What we're looking to do is to connect to the source, connect to our higher self. We want to we want to connect to Yitzias Mitzrayim that's happening right now. It's happening in consciousness. We're moving around right now. Perfect in the 5th Tatuk for Chodesh Nisan, Chodesh Uviv. As the Osklin and the house of Chumans, you're going to bring in the matzah, and we're going to click back into Yitzias Mitzrayim. So it's happening on every level. It's happening right now. We want to also clean with this connection, clean the ego, so we don't need so much space and time to process. We can be more connected to the present moment. So this yichud, flash of Moichen da Abba was God Geshem Pasach Nacht is happening. It's just now we're aligning to it and we want to connect to it, to the yichud, that timeless moment, connecting to that. How? Matzah, Mutter, Kara, Arba Koises, and Mesib. That's how you enter the space.
Kara makes more sense now to me.
Which one?
Why we have the Kara, because it's not a celebration of
Yes.
Mitzrayim, it's an actual thing
But
that's happening.
I stopped short from Zoom as Sikkis is your celebration, because I'm sure when we're going to get to Sikkis, we're also getting into the moment that's happening right now. It's nicht kein celebration. Sikkis is when we're Sikkis is the seed was mit pflanzt da jetzt Pesach wird geboren Sikkis.
Yeah, but Sikkis guys that also
Pakistan the incubator. Right?
But Sikkis
If
guys
you like you're being moved in the Sikkah, the schach, you're being moved in the Makif from the Binna, and the mama wird geboren, the mama gives birth, which is Binna. Makif from the Binna, you're giving birth to what was planted on Sikkis, on Pesach.
But Sikkis, you go into the Sikkah.
All the circle is kind. Okay. Yeah.
Sikkis guys around the Sikkah because the Eden was in an Akova.
Kennst du auch das in Zeichelitzis mit Zayim? If it's a Zeichel.
What?
Which part? That's not the card.
The Seder and the whole thing is not...
Yeah. Just okay.
Because so it's happening right now. That's the moment we want to tap into. And Shvias is also happening right now. Matan Torah is happening right now. Har Sinai, Lichas, a different angle. The tzaddikim live in these tunnels all year. At der Pteran Tu B'Shvat trefft sich mit dem Olam Pesach, kannst treffen ein Stickel in dem Cipher, hat mit dem Olam Pesach, wie sie angekommen in Pesach essen, hat von Pieren. What do you think is going on? They were talking very present. Dem was geprasst Pieren.
Again, on...
Yeah.
Mit einer Mama, sehr kann es Pesach.
Ja.
Wow.
Getroffen nach Pesach, in Pesach. Getroffen nach Tieren an Pesach, and he's sharing it with you immediately.
Again, Chanukah says that the Shuna Abu Kovan, only because the next year they saw that the oilers came down, they made it as a Yom Tov. So, celebrating nur Sachen, was geschehen in the present, aber Chanukah macht man am Neue Fall.
So wir kommen die Aragunas, es kommt jetzt.
No, it's auch wenn man Zinna Neue, it's a celebration to the
Nice.
To the next. Pesach, hast du nicht the
I like it because he's so in Pesach now, so Pesach is not Zeichel, Pesach is.
Yeah, of course. That's
She's
No, but that's the Avodah. That's the Avodah, to be fully using that and bouncing off that one, that Yom Tov, into getting into a deeper presence with where you're at right now. That's exactly the Avodah. And das ist in alles voor hem, wie ze zo'n day Yom Tov is the größte, and day Woche the größte Woche. Yeah, that's right. It is.
So we did erger alle drei waren.
Yes, true. That's the aanschouder was het ook erger, yes.
We gaan dus ook met de regering te zeggen.
But hold on, all of them will disconnect. If the more, that's why Tzaddik is Medag the Chit Asara, because by him, even the small one, he's so present that even a small Avara is also going to disconnect him. Because the slightest block in his, the way he receives the light, it's a block, because he's clear, and a klein Avara opens up that block. He sees it immediately. Well, hij leeft van de andere zaad. So, we cover the kashes, wie we gaan water door de kade. We know we move forward. Yeah, so ik wil I just want to say, before I look the zaten met alle zaken met de middels, I could be I was this that, but I think they're accurate, but irrelevant. It wasn't the point. The point is that I'm working now on the Vuf Ktsuvis, which is a very powerful tool. It's a revelation of how to move around. How am I moving in this world? How am I moving in my koyach, in my nefesh, in my energy? How do I move? So that is moving with my emotions. I go forward with my emotions. I move forward when I'm interferes, when I'm present. How do I move up? How do I move down? Netzachoid, Kabbalah Soil. That's how I move up and down. Because if you want to enter into a higher space, you have to go into if you're going into a higher space of unknown, you have to go into a place within you of unknown. And how are you an unknown within your space when you don't ask any questions? I'm doing Kabbalah Seth. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. That's how you enter. That's how you go up. You know? You give me the content. The content. Yeah.
Gabe Schmiel kriegen sich, jetzt nehmen wir noch wie beide. Einer sagt, aber es eine der Mitzrayim. Und einer sagt, als Terech Aliyah wohnen genau wie diese. Und das beide dann. Und das nun an den Gnis, und sie kommen zu der Gehele, sie goal ist so, leibt sich mit Aludemeini, mit Terech Aliyah wohnen. Die man nimmt noch Rav Schmiel. Beide Gnis. Sei Terech gewinnen zur Seite, sei Mitzrayim.
I don't know, I feel like as confident they cautious is like it's a typical question. So I like typical means like I can't do anything. I'm not, so I can try to answer. Well, couldn't maskable gnai? No, so that's the Seder of building up the ego. That's the Seder of getting present, getting the ego present. It wakes you up to the reality. No. Yeah, so the ene gast yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, no. Twice as I don't know. I can't. Because it's I can it's influence psychologically, but psychologically, the purpose of it, and well, the question is, okay. So let's go there for a second. The question is, Avrum zoekt voor Yitzchak en zoekt guy. Avrum zoekt voor lezen. Guy neemt zich al van zien van man zien. Nicht von dort, nicht von dort, und geht Terech, you know, also ganz wie du geschickt zu Terech.
Ja.
Geschickt zu Terech. Geht zu Mann, der Vater ist, nicht was genau, Vater ist Terech in Loven. Wo ist der größte Jiches von dem Terech in Loven? Also man sucht einmal nicht durch Gelila, das uphiet nicht zu gehen, dort geht zu dem Terech und dem Loven, dort ein Besiel, dort ist die treffende Sache. Von dort will okay, so nicht mal ein Kasche, das ist ein Reflekt an von meinem Spielen. So the answer is that there is something in there, in jena DNA, was ins darf man hoben, was ich Avrum gesehen, als in order to darf an dem Gut, das darf man dem combination. Darf man das in der DNA nicht, was you can't survive. Maar je dacht van dem Loven een beetje, ze kennis maken door met allemaal grote developers en jeder voert daarin business. Dacht een beetje van dem Loven, en we staan gewoon met Yankov Alliance DNA, I mean, it would have been ishtam. Pretty intense, and you think, they think what we can survive as a matzav. Mein, dan we gaan zo. In Zwijs met alles is the purpose of the Geila. Is a hand of the Rebbe's Yemeledes, and the went all for the Geila. And at the Surah Amet was founded. Like if it was nothing of Luvan, do you think the Medina would go on gegründet? When the Ostetin Mamish nor mit Yaakov Ishtam, was that what the Geila geschehen? Es darf doch geschehen an a Samli Weg. And jede Sache, was hat sich die Mashiach kommt in the most twisted way that looks like the größte Klippe. Yehida and Tumar and Zusida wird Avdi und Amelech. Jede Sache, was hat sich die Mashiach kommt sei vernebelt. So we're talking here about Yaakov Ishtam and without Luvan and without Terech, what man gesetzen in
the tzaddikim from the 13th Avenue, they're going to bring it again.
I want to just say, I want to finish it so it doesn't, without Terech Adilov and Nomat Yankov, what we get up against Hazal level, to the point where literally, the Steistof Einzifri and the Zez the Basamigdish Al Aish. That's how deep we would have to go with Ishtam. but with Luvan bringt man es heran in Welt, you know, and mit Terech, man bringt es heran in Welt. En dat wil het geweld, weil de Eibste geweld met dieren betachtanen, maar wil dat dieren doen in Welt. How's the Ireland feeling? Can you help me? Wow, how much of that? Yeah.
A lot to process.
There's a lot to process, you telling me? I mean, I also have to process it.
So ktavude mini as so kids manish in the man staan is gaten so is voor de mini en we gaan dus jetzt en zijn we ja daar was hij daar en we gaan daar I guess alle zaken en dan kan man zien tigela I guess
Das ist mal geblieben.
es tegen mij te zoeken maar gaat daar aan die abude mini parlement na ich red nicht die finden genaif en also wir würde so da de arbeid met de ganze so na we gaat eraan let's ja we gaat eraan
Is it comfortable?
Kilo macht da breathing in the
Ja,
we gaat eraan
dat is de
going into it.
Dat is toch dat het stijp om, want dat is toch de matbilum stijp om. De kapas en de zalt moeder gerasis. Dat men nemen de moeder en nemen het ganze bitterkeit and we take it with met dat blinken van oog. Dus ik versta het. Het is dat zo doen. We're doing a job, nothing personal. Somewhere a minute in effort of the skin, effort of the imaginative mind.
Hoeveel daar heb je er al aan?
Als ik doet het in een job, ik doet het whatever plaats ik ben, I'm here to bring.
Waarom moet ik ook van iets gaan? Ik heb gewoon een klaar zo van een meidel van dat. Ik heb het zo naar te wonen klaar zo. Daarom ben ik naar Jank met willen shooten. Van een meidel van Bessia, dat wil van verloren.
Dat is wel de point van auslassen part van de massa. Hoe is het gehad de last debatteren?
Oké, dit is de antwoord met alle jongen van de geiden.
Nee, because
als je beginnen met over meiden en dat hem allemaal de maand gedenkt van wie gaat er beginnen.
But the process, the process is this. As het skimmen van daar, jetzt zijn we het doen.
Of is wenn ik zit met dat kittel nog eenmaal brengen de gitter dan?
Ja, maar ja, wel, wenn het is doen met dat kittel en gaan ze renteren, wie bist du? Weißt du wie du bist? Bist du jetzt in space, in the middle of nowhere. En ze bedoelen het allemaal outsider jetzt, en weiß man wie een skimmen, en weiß man en
ja, maar de kittel was daar geen met hem.
Oké, deze de matbilen, deze de muziek aan toeken of met geluknis, oké. Het niet plain zijn met het zoals geleerd als...
nein, der jetzt nur der Maskulinis, sie wissen wie du bist jetzt.
Achus, kommt daran, ich hätte stimmt, geht ich verzeihen von der Karl alle zu, was in wie viel Mal mit dem Ugesucht, in wie viel Debate. Okay, bis jetzt am Melech, ja, okay, stop the victimhood. Hier was zu empfingen ist. Oben oft macht es nicht Sinn. Das sehr sich in Drisch geht, aber bring ich jetzt aber so ein alter Pain, okay?
Was muss er Simcha damit?
Liebe Geist,
Ich meine, it takes us back to before man got essen de moeder, macht man ein bisschen surgery. It's a facilitation. What's your name? How many siblings do you have? What are you doing?
in the family.
What's your name? Dit is de Tam of dit is de Roosje? Welke bist du? Ja, mijn geliefde Roosje. You know what? I'm triggered. Okay. So we're starting to open up. And when I ordered with us, it was a shit größer gegaan. You know, je kan me vinden, Kims vindt terecht met Loven. Dus een grosse igels. En Rivke is er als ik Kim van dat een imkel zijn. Okay.
Okay.
En Dafke van dat. You know, don't, you know, judge.
Weißt du, jetzt Gniss und Schwach, das Gewill in Blick will zusammen. That's what I'm saying. Gniss is nicht Gniss, es ist Blick will in Gewill.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Gniss, was sind Sie?
yeah, it's how we choose tonight. Create minutes the conversation also, and so we can trigger this. Do us at my foot of a ban. Maar daar vond je me niet. Maar gaat ook iemand zich gezeld zitten bezig.
No
But-
mas with this.
Ja, maar gaat ook iemand zijn nirtje. Maar heb dan bouwen als eigenlijk. Otherwise, the akshe, let's say the good hartsch met Diane. I don't know. It could have worked. The truth is, we're disconnected. We need to go deeper with this. Maar after it's why I fill the cups van to understand the kasha and to really get into it. And that's why we're talking about. We're planning
The
it.
check-in macht the workshop.
Exactly.
The Matchel with Gniss, this is the workshop in the side.
Yeah.
Again, wieso willst du gewiss, wie du bist jetzt? Unter Pain in der Maße von Partner.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wenn ihr du bist jetzt ausgeleist.
Wie ist Moshe? Moshe. Is it of the Bishop Benkel?
Oh, well,
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's in France. He's fine. No.
This is Maschel. Yeah. This is the Rafi.
What's your just you bring that good? Again, chance to my good. It's kind of that around the stick.
Ich kann PDF.
Can't make a PDF. Okay, bring it off.
That's all good.
I said, Shanka dieses, we don't ask questions. Free in this dimension.
No.
Als ik heb geen tip.
Yeah.
I don't ask.
No. As you ask the question.
I just can't.
Go. I'm sorry. I'm saying this fragging the contradiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it free? Yeah. Sorry. Was that answer?
No, I'm still in the middle of the question.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, als I don't ask questions, so ik heb geen tip. Wie stimmt es damals mit Ayekel? Und der Mensch aber die ganze Zeit sich fragen, like, who am I?
Sure. So fragst du the kasha pasach. It's how you asking the question. You can't frag the kasha, but we said this last week, and knowing what question, you can't go into therapy just to figure out what question to ask. You need a coach to tell me, wie liegt
So what do you need to spend?
what's in the back from my cup? What's in the kasha, what's his zenish? What's the kasha to frag? What's bin ich also, a click. This is my kasha.
Everybody knows the answer. So Kim. Paisach about the meaning. Meaning, alleen was fragen de kasha. Ze tegen had de kasha.
No.
The point is the kasha.
And what about the kasha was fragen jeden tog? In my personal life over and over again.
No, what I'm saying is that we fragen de kasha van a place when this was what that is.
I'm going to see that.
No, we fragen de kasha van a place as ze doen dat.
No.
Saying estamos a mitten you and fragen de kasha.
Yeah, so that we're displaying over here a yichid. This is an intimate moment over here. We're going into a dialogue, a scripted dialogue, exactly. We got around and says the Rugish exactly was the gast acting. Weil die kasha nicht tut, sie straschen. Hey Tate, wusste mir nicht gegeben. Ich frage mich, hey Tate, wo ist die Handnacht anders? Ah, that's right, Handnacht ist anders. Wo ist die Hand? Denk mal an zweimal. Zweimal? Wo ist denkst du an? Oh, the Melech, Bris. Is koidish, nu how du charos is murer, the chaver have murer, wissen murer mit Zayim, is again verbitte that the vibration, waking it up, going into it. So the kasha is manashtana, koich man, fragt van plaats van bittel. Absag ma ben, fragt van plaats van bittel. Also ma is, probably Yitzira.
So was dat not teretz.
Als de water in ruach, a spirit, what?
So was dat not teretz.
Hoe is dat van het eretz?
Ja, ook de ganze Shanka de Islam. I
Yeah,
don't understand.
Korko.
Questions.
Oh, so that when the teretz is giving you, directs you exactly wie de darfst hangen in the energy. Bist gern a slave, bist gern angespaart. En atomer hast a bissl ideas achain, Sagst du, ich bin gewähren angesperrt, jetzt bin ich nicht angesperrt. Was ist geschehen? Wie gefragt, was der Haar geht Haare, was ist jetzt, so mit Ratte zurück umgekommen. Jetzt mal gar gehen, nicht gar gehen, das mal gar gehen. So there's different, wie bin ich jetzt angesperrt? And remember, ins Leben jetzt in der Heilig, wo es ist noch nicht raus mit Zerayim. Der Heilig in Malchus, wo es noch nicht raus mit Zerayim. Du ist raus mit Zerayim, du ist grey, du ist noch nicht raus mit Zerayim. Because everything is happening right now, but in the slinky all the way down at the bottom, that's what we're dealing with right now. While your higher self is do Tanzit Zakuf is do Matantore, Gataros Mitzrayim, do is in Har Sinai, the ganze setup, and the Yichidim was gemacht, insam gemacht damage, was done properly. So you have Moshe, you have present, with Das, but the Sarang is stamped in the consciousness. No, the Besamigdash, this is engraved in the consciousness, it went up a level, and we went down a level. So we're disconnected. So Pasach Kim that opens up, we're connecting once again. We're connecting with the Ur Nakodesh. We're connecting with the Ur. The Lichas.
You need a Gula? You need a Gula?
No, I think we're good unless somebody wants to...
Sensitive.
What's he saying?
If you want.
I mean, I think we deal with our good with him all year. Right? I mean, said before that Padoi is sitting by the Nachal by Pishon. So you have the Ba'aden Yitzim nur Yitzim Aiden. Es kommt raus an nur, ein Tag kommt raus von Gan Eden. Und sie wird zerteilt in sie vier heads, 4 Ruschen. Bum 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 yeah I'm a Seder Wolf Ketzoves Almayet Hakas Bechayres Kavana Eretesh Lechi Okay Avi Sedes yeah. So we have Nu Yetzim Aiden Nashke Sagan Pishin Gichen Gedekel and Peras. This is the 4 Tachen, which is zerteilt. Para is Zitz by the Pishon, which is the Nilas, which is Kim Terof and Zich Alain. What's that? No. Pishon. Yeah, Pishon. So sie Kim Terof and Zich Alain, Schat is als van dort wird ungefüllt, alle the economy and all that stuff komt er door Jana Tag, gaat er door Para. En dort hast du sitzt dat in Sarah Maschken, Sarah Eufen. Ich habe das in kontrollierende Sache, dass man seine Paros, zij machen hem zijn Maschken, zij machen hem zijn bakken voor hem. En nog wat er Sarah te bochen. Er zijn de 3 chefs, wo zij sitzen en zij brengen en machen sicher, als zij brengen, wo zij davon brengen jeden Tag. Ze gaan, ze draaien erin dort mit through Sarah Maschken, verschiedene middels get activated, Sarah Eufen, de Becker, en nog een Sarah te bochen, de Scheuche. Hij zegt.
Oh, dat is de Schulish Clippers, ja.
Schulish Clippers, yes.
Dat is de 3 Busha Clippers.
Schulish Clippers had mais, ken dat?
Yeah.
Ken dat, I mean, ik heb het bestaan gezien, Adion, I'm not debating it, I like it, yeah, it makes sense, but I can't
Zo vertrouwen, we zouden gearbeitet met Papadoi. Zo, dat is ook zo Sarah Maschken. Dat Pummel in dat is het, dat staat er gewoon een keer te maken. Zo je bouwt, dus ik zou ongehaald in de economy van het zijn.
Yes, had nog altijd. They're still active. Your struggles and down on Clippers, whatever we're dealing with, is Sarah Maschke, Sarah Eufen, Sarah te boeken. En Sheikh, dat mag dat gaan. Maar dan stil ik Sheikh, Niskafje. Shut the light there. That's Tzirik Sheikh. That's this coffee where I'm holding myself back. I'm not going to do it. And when you have a moment of not, you're separating yourself from the clipper. You're going into a higher vibration. And when you go into a higher vibration, you're not feeding the clipper. And the clipper starts evaporating. The temptation starts evaporating if you're not feeding it. So, Pesach Nacht, Makas B'chodesh, the center head of this thing gets cracked. Laser beam cracked. It's so fast, it's so quick that sometimes, the person continues walking after his head is already, separated from him, right? It's that quick. And that sharp, that precise. Wacht maar, wat is een geschachten? Wacht maar, geschachten zijn koud, zijn over de zure. There's no coil, there's no power there. So after the vier nahudas, dat is weer in totaal 4 dagen. En dan kijken dem hast the 5th, which is Chemisha Chemshatoire, this is Tzadik Yisodel, do from Tzadik. That you're tapping into your Tzadik. If you tap into your Tzadik, you have a Minas Tzadikim. Really, what's meant by Minas Tzadikim is that you are impressed by Tzadik, by a Rebbe. You're impressed by him, and that impresses in you something at the Minas. That's what activates in you. Something activates inside of you. What's that?
That's a Minas Tzadikim?
That's the way we're learning it now. No, we do other levels. What the levels in Daf HaPaisach was aligned was Eret. I'm just putting it in. I'm the artist, but I'm just taking the stuff from the Nus and the Nachman. Eret from the vier Epishin, Gichen, Gedekel, and Paras, and it's we're stuck in a certain way, we're stuck in a certain thing. We're stuck in a certain place that we don't know that we're stuck in.
Is the tzaddik the nur yotzim aiden?
No, das habe ich nicht gesehen, because now it's getting very technical. When the rest from the Yetzim Aiden came around to Shviya Shal Pesach, and that's already like, I didn't prepare for that. I purposely avoided like stuff with that. I didn't want to go to Shviya Shal Pesach, even though the Alter Rebbe goes right into Shviya Shal Pesach before in the Seder and the. Yeah, of course I peeked in. Of course, usually Shviya Shal Pesach. What do we have to see? I mean, yeah, I should be ready. Du sind die Banach. Das ist Matzah Shabbos, Malka.
Ah,
du mal am Mele. Das letzte. Sind die Nacht schon Jantel, nein? Wohnt ihr nach das Jantel?
Nein, sind die noch Shviya Shal
Sind die nach
Pesach.
das Jantel? Ja, okay.
Zweite.
Matzah Shabbos is do with Mele. It's wild in here. No, gooi, dat is wat de Matzah is, dat de Shia te branden wil, dat is een schrikkelijke Matzah. Mama is schrikkelijk Matzah. Mijn sim is aan, vorig daar nemen, ja, ze doen zoveel te dashen nog dan, but it's niet mijn plaats. Unless me weet nog te redden, otherwise it's niet mijn plaats. In other words, it's ze gaan aan ze daar plaats van tzeduk en alle gete zaken ze zoeken als ze gaan oile bekitsen, maar ze gaan ze kennen ze zoeken een step, ze zijn ganz schmied. So
der Abu Russian.
ja.
Die sucht die ganze Zeit Chor the Clipper.
Yeah, so I want imagine
Russian, so big, so holy. In der Abu Guri ist ein Punkt gehabt in der Abu Nerubas.
Yes.
Sagen genommen der Abu
Yes.
für sich. Und gemacht dort eine Maliche.
Yes, but ich kann nicht gedenken, ich habe es gesehen, Mama Shazoi, but sie arbeitet, sie kann sagen, but the focus from jetzt von uns is, the focus from Pesach is, and maybe that's why I didn't pick it up, the focus from Pesach is as wer der Pishon fitter de alle gever. So he came to us nur jetzt im Eiden. I want you to imagine this big Egyptian statue. You know why is the statue? With the große Oden?
Yeah.
That's Pishon. He's sitting right there. He's sitting, the big boss, he's sitting right there, Pari is sitting right there, and he's receiving energy. Every time you build another building or something that you're doing, or that pain, what is this? See, this bringt them the Kinder mit Herzaras. Davon bringen Kinder, schlechten Kinder, whatever it is, you know, vaccines and foods and whatever. This is alles apart from programming to continue this shkufa, this culture. This culture has to stay in place with a certain Verstinkingkeit. Because once you expose that, it ceases to exist. It's a real pressure against time that they need to hold on to a certain model that needs to work. And Sechap Klep, Kolwit is that, the Welt Serid, it's a food, and it's a guide. So Pesach and Stutz deal mit jede Gules wird geriefen mit Zerayim. So do 4 Gules, jede Gules wird geriefen mit Zerayim. But the cup von dem Gules, was fiet die alle, des wird gespalten. Und noch gehen wir an als Shviya Shal Pesach, wie der Nachel wird gespalten in 7. Das ist Shviya Shal Pesach. Es wird gecrackt in, nicht das Paare, koid hat man ihm gebrochen de cup. Und noch ein Kind Kriyas Yamsuf wird es gesplit into 7. Means alles 7 Middes nehmen über die Sache jetzt. We're getting straight from the source, bypassing Paare. Which is, Paare is auch het moide. Paare is schon, was ook was de Wort, Bar Kochich Jana Oman. Zoekt schon Oman. Guides, you know, zoekt schon Oman.
Kedaber, the Chiv, this is Hashem Kedaber.
Yeah. Guide. Ze niet met zijn approval. Ze zoekt te vasten als dat de klippen within us, the struggle within us is agreeing to, like, okay, laat het go. Zoekt de guy in Jordan dan Pesach. You know? Kennis? Ken je niet spijt, zoek ze?
Ja, laatste mooi dat ik kan zo niet spijt.
Right. Hoeveel mensen doen, Masje? Okay. Does anybody, by the way, on Zoom wants to ask a question, or I mean, they can unmute themselves. I was thinking today to ask if somebody wants to ask a question. So I know it's a deep process as there's Sejuk and Kashas. Everybody's in the Ma, everybody's in the Koyach Ma. Till later it's all below Ma, either fleet. There's nothing.
No question. Definitely.
Yeah, good. Exactly. So, Pare, feet in the Matziv. This is Paisach with a Nacht. Wuf Ketsuvis, how to move around. Look, it would be a real. How amazing would it be to when it's coming around that and as the matzah, like last week, carbon Paisach type of thing. Like certain tzaddikim, they say were able to. So they look like they were eating the carbon, so you couldn't fat them as I more from the board. I mean, do you think that we can get into such a space? What? Mit Genig Van. Look, with the eerste, let me read this practicality, okay? The eerste kast was on a große cup. So that was on an extra large cup. You have to be in a place where you're sitting. You're sitting and you're comfortable, and the eerste year the Meredin of us is like an echo. It's like you're in the ruach of it. It's very tricky because you can also like a little bit overdrink, and then but the nausea is not lasting for too long. As long as you're not eating an empty stomach, you're gonna be good. So
you shouldn't feel that it's a chutzpah that you demand to have the carbon Paisach.
no, you're saying you shouldn't feel you have the chutzpah to ask for the man to come Paisach.
That I deserve it.
Right. Saying you should feel that you deserve it. That's the beginning of it. That's how to enter the space. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Which brings me to the Chamishim Shatoy, the letter Ochet van Sarah Mashke, Sarah Oifen, kimt er aus van de hals. Van de Koen en de Washet, kimt er aus de kal. So the Chamishim Shatoy overpowers the Sarah Mashke, Sarah Oifen, maar zij zijn ook bij de Washet, de Koen en de Washet, Sarah Mashke, Sarah Oifen en Sarah Tabuchem. The Oirev, the Paradise of an Oirev. So there's a perfect restriction over there going on. So with the Chamishim Shatoyre, the Oisi Satoyre, the Kubas Oisi Satoyre, van dat kriegt man heraus van dem Bucher. That's how you find yourself, which is once you, and this is the Korban Pasach. That's the Korban Pasach. The Korban Pasach is that level of Ge'ilah. That level of that I'm feeling like I'm eating the Korban Pasach, and this macht mir auf mein Hals, als ich kann unam reden nach Chamishim Shatoyre, and this lesht aus dem Sarah Mashke and Sarah Oifen, and Sarah Tabuk, in Parabim Oirev, because I'm speaking Chita. I'm speaking 22 letters.
Well, so finish the oil with the Rakama, the tons of oil with the other tzaddikim.
Yeah.
It's basically it's kind of shechten the Korban Pesach being
Exactly. Schechten de Korban Pasach, schechten auf de Zure, ping wie zij. Ping wie zij.
Was is bin ich anders?
De eerste gaat voor?
Ongeluk is
De gaat voor hem van hem schepsel of de gaat hem schechten? Nou, vooral.
Just it was more refined, so it's actually.
Ik ben ook gaan schepselen, ik wil de schrijving gaan schepselen, allemaal goed. Oké. Aber der Eibischter geheißen. Das ist was sie viel. Der Eibischter geheißen. Der gesagt, ich habe geheißen Team in so einem genimmen, so einem gezeugt, so einem das genimmen, so einem das getehen. Nicht gehiert kann, so einem das getehen. Es hat nicht gefühlt comfortable. Ich kann noch ein Schirr im Rasten. Please, it's too heavy of me. Just like I check this my shepsel.
Nice.
You want me to check my fears and my victim and my feminine and my masculine? You want me to get in all that? I can't. It's too intense. When I'm a soft guy. It's not my thing. Aber der Eibischter geheißen. Favos, wegen Hand nach Kimmich, when you Pesach nach Kimmich saying, and I can make a Seder learn. You're not going to have to deal with this anymore. politically correct or it's not politically correct, whatever it is, the Abishter geheißen. And they zog the Rebbe, this is Shabbos HaGudel, this is the greatest Shabbos HaGudel that we are tapping into to them light, tapping into their eye.
So we are getting big. Shabbos HaGudel.
We're getting massive. Because we're taking the Shepsel and we're telling our David Azura that we got the Shech I'm done fighting with you. I'm done with you.
So Moshe, wij die staan in front van hem en dat we willen verder. Is alles 10 in Shabbos HaGudel.
Exactly, very good.
I'm ready to
So
start.
he ties it in exactly after he says Moshe is going in front of Paro. Als Moshe's Messias, gerät können von der größten Messias nehmen, was die Idam gaat, zum genehmen the set. Man gaat the Shech in front of the Mitzvah. It's like walking around in Manhattan and you're doing something like whatever. I don't have the Moshe right now. So the Eden did that by Nemen Zaire with the Zura, Zaire Shech, Zaire with the Zura, and saying that we're going to Shech. So, je zoekt dat deze gewin en Moshe, deze gaan aggressief met zijn snevels, je Moshe gaan zich verparen en zoeken naar wat hij gaat. Yes?
Dat lieden niet naar de dagen en ik heb het gekend bij
Yeah, eins, and then looks like that it was a big sacrifice. It was a huge thing. It's when aggressive en zoekt en de Messias snevels, dus Moshe gaat er gaan verparen. Ik weet, mama's skunis nefushes. That's the word it says. It was kunis nefushes. To go in front of such a powerful presence. And and he's like, this time I'm going to kill you. You're done. Like a hitman. He checked it, he measured it. He's like, okay. He's like, I guess I got a shock. Definitely did something to him. It's for action.
Wel gezocht dat ze met Zwaim, wenn Assez gewirkt, ab Kia Assez gewirkt auf der Gas, es geht er weggeregt. Das erste Mal so gesehen in seinem Leben, Assez sie gewinnen. Mischchi, es tat, dass jeder gedacht, nach Stricken sie gewinnen. Wo in Goyrim ist aber die Suche של Zerwürren. Und er gezocht, dass jeder geschleppt ist, er will nicht gar nicht schleppt. Die schleppst mein Gott. Mit Zwaim, die Kien sind gegangen auf der Gas, und der Mensch auf der Seite. Wenn du schleppst die Mann auf die Suche, das ist kein armes Sirius Nefesh, wenn du es in echten gewähne Rebel Wein, jetzt ein Gebet.
Right, we're talking about in some Nishgad of the Torah Mitzvah, so to a time what you're saying, it was a physical strength or Schwachkeit. Es meint, als am gelebt als present them, it's as nicht genommen the Shepsel and gegab the Shomer backup. That he was protected by his civil rights. Energetically, they were checking it. They're like a certain power, and energetically, they were standing there. And Zaben is gechecked, and was like, okay, the Bucher is serious. And that man got, and I have to let him out. They were having there's a certain koich that was in them, in their minna. And how? By simply Kabbalah soils. Zaben is getina, that activated a whole chain of events. They responded to it, and then they got stronger from that, and they saw that it worked. Their confidence went up like crazy. Some of the babies, more than the confidence. The Jean Canteurs are going excited. It's habit. I'm like, you know what? Their confidence started growing.
Wat een huis dat roos naar de Eden, zijn ze geen dezelfde matze wie Terra.
No.
Meaning, they some given them Shepsel, then they given.
Correct, but some got some got the Kabbalah soil. Them the Kabbalah soil is the power. I'm jumping into it.
That's the power. So
yes.
This is the power. So Shem Pasman.
Yes.
For them the month conception.
Yes. So this happens on Devach Shabbos. Shabbos Agud got man and them say, and you're going to tell you over the Zura that they got the Shechten. That's what she's do. Or wherever a person goes, that's what she'll do. Saying whatever I got, that he's mindful. Pasach Kim, the bin see on say. Yeah. Look, maar getraid ze maken a matze gaan naar. De rood moet je kent ze binnen hem say. Dat moet je kent ze binnen hem say. And I kept liking a message, but I was like, whatever. It's guys and shit. This is good. Es ist eine andere Energy high. Es ist eine andere matze wie ganz. Und de rood is nicht. The energy is very like this, saturated. It's heavy instead of action. So yeah, I didn't feel like I was thinking to push through, and I'm like, nah. We'll chill, and I'm gonna say I want to chill too. So I'm off to chill. So je kent daar weg van de Moed Zura. Ja.
Dat devils is gewesen Yidnes, ja, Shem Segura. Maar dan nou de alle vragen, de tat. De Nessen en Yidnes. Dat is meer Shabbos. So für uns jedes Jahr machen das Verschiedenes. Weil das in der Ness. Du sagst, der Kirche ist gehen, was sie gewinnt Shabbos, nicht wegen Yidnes. Sie gewinnt Hand, haben Donnerstag gewinnt Yidnes. Das hat mit Shabbos, nicht mit Yidnes. Dann sie nie nach Osten und zwei am Donnerstag. Das Schieße gewinnt Shabbos nicht mit Yidnes. So, Donnerstag gewinnt alles mit Yidnes.
So.
Viertag fertig gewinnt noch wegen Kirche Shabbos und wir kennen das beweisen.
So the part is that as me gaan aangevierd dat I wanted to say on this that Yom Shekila Urich that Taka Nusen talks about it and also in Emina Bina talks about it for the Mittel Rebbe. So we're talking about Yom Shekila Urich, we're talking about entering a space because it gets into a whole pilpul of Vaye'er Vaye'voiker. So was Arbeit is as Atug meint 24 Schuhe. Es ist du Nacht in dem Moment. Was meint Nacht? What does it mean Laila? What does it mean night? Which means that night, yes, in the oilam physical, Nacht meint Nacht. It gets stinkel. But as you go deeper and deeper, how is your mood at night? It's different than in the day. How do you think? Some people think at night. Some people, whatever it is. We sleep at night. Our vibration, we don't eat at night. Our vibration is different at night. Sometimes chun, tranish the cups is okay, but the vibration is different at night, which means that on every level se wird nacht. Dan moet zingen shira bij nacht. Dan gaan ze natuurlijk arbeiten ze. Ze nemen alleen in zijn werk, ze voert daarop en erop, trailers erop, back and forth, brengt erop naar Sheva, en bij nacht zingen ze shira. So. What is this choshech? And the choshech of the andere zat also shows up as my problems, my doubts, my worries, my shadows, my anxiety. That's the choshech also, the rebivia. It's a bast from the andere zat on every level. The choshech is the tzimtzum. In order for us that maschilim bignai, bignis? Maschilim bignis. Maar daf onaim koden met the choshech. Vayere vayeboike. Because the choshech is the tzimtzum, was darach that tzimtzum kenach zayn the light. Otherwise it's one big light. When I put a hose into the ocean, now I appreciate the force of the water rather when it's just in the ocean. When it's in the calm waters. Now I see myself, and that is not just that. Listen to this. It's even more than that. It's not just that I see the force of the water. The water itself finds out its koyach, its ability. Because before that is given. Wasser. Jetzt it is in a full flow, is in a force. So he appreciates what's been in his imke, in his machshuva. He appreciates that right now because he weet bevor jetzt wird het voor je. Finish good, yes. And this is the Rebbe. This is from the Rebbe's minor, very powerful minor. Welke minor is this? Okay, thank you. Just a minute. So the word is es is nicht mal, es is a sicham, so this one very, very powerful stuff. So says the Rebbe Yidal of Nissen, the birthday Rebbe, that we're having that in the Mekoden it's given so the symptom is darten that it can reveal the light. And through that symptom, revealed us a light, which is really given in the imka machshova, and even before the machshova, which is how it plays, which is spielt sich aus do in the Welt. In the meduv, the andere zaat from the hose. Which means that the craziness that, as we said before, the craziness that you're experiencing that makes no sense is because we are tapping into something that is higher than what makes sense. It's machshava akdima, and it's even deeper than that. It goes up to even before any machshava. It's even revealing what was in the depth of the essence of the Zach. That's what we're representing. How? By the crazy cycles that we're going through. It's preparing you for something so crazy. It makes no sense. So, Tur Yom Cheshkas Laila is that we're entering a space where the God saying Yom Shekila Urich, which means that also we have the eclipse, which is the Zin Shant Adar of the Lavuna all the way to the end, all through gravity pulls it through all the gravity, the full gravity pull that the moon has. It's a teeth around the light because it has such a gravity pull and it's in perfect alignment. In Shabbos HaChodesh, Parshas HaChodesh, entering into the Chodesh HaGeila, is the magnetic field. The Lavuna is a magnetic field. In Tzimmer from the Lavuna, and it can take less than Megar Meklum. It can take Unashir. You cannot then I'm taking business of. It's a vacuum all the way. But when you put this light, the Zin, the Mashpia, next to the sun, and the Shabbos HaChodesh and Chodesh Nisan, Tufshi and Pai Dalet, it pulls all the way and it flushes it out. It flushes out the whole system, all the Choshech and all the restrictions. That is what we're dealing with over here, with going into Pesach, a cleaning for Pesach, Liki Yechama. So, Yom Shekil Urich is that all your midas you're going to see through finally. You're going to start seeing through your midas. It's anlichtig. The tinkle, fill up the tinkle. And what's it the tinkle? It's Kalvachomer, the Chomer Levanim, Kalvachomer, and what's it called? There's a Kalvachomer and the other one. Was it the Choshech? The Choshech is the Kalvachomer and the Gemurim. This is the that goes on the Choshech. Also figuring the Kalvachomer. Yeah, no, so the Kalvachomer, Levanim, and we'll see it so. We don't need Paris system anymore. Yeah, what you say?
Choshech is the heaviness.
Exactly. It's
on
a dia in Pesach, on a suga in Pesach, on a suga in film, on a suga in Shabbos. Like ik ben een gozer, hello, you know that in dat is paring me, dat is een system.
Searching when this is more. Gezicht this is ook een gezinte gozer.
Ja, it's the ultimate gozer. Because when the guy strand, who am I? You trefst dich in ma, trefst dich in nothingness, and if you have a moment of nothingness, you're deleting your whole file. Because the haltstoon dan struggles because you have judgments and I have cheshbonis. The body halt the ganze shakuvatari with cheshbonis. The wolf ketzuvas, exactly. Chomer levanim. When I go into that high vibration of silence, you have a ganze structure. So you schleppst the foundation from the building. The ganze story, the gebot of ein Nugel. It's a gebot of ein Nugel, of ein Ball. So, yeah. This is Yom Shekil Urich, the Wolf Ketzuvas, and it wird getriggert, the Kavdis, es gaat gezoek, als es aangevoerd in Wolf Ketzuvas, es gaat gezoek dat is. Hebben ze daarover gebrengt. Oké.
Yom Shekil Urich meint, ze had dus die alle...
Correct. Ze gaat aan lichting de ganze Zeit. Das ist an der Usit Luwe. Und jetzt kann man ins Träumen sein von dem, Me'en Olam Haba. We're already tapping into this. We're breaking open. Yes, we're tapping in, we're drawing down the light, and wegen dem Tag ist behind it was Omer, Pnife, Machas HaShabbos, Meilich HaMoivim, and trug the Omer, was me bringt, Machas HaShabbos gab uns alles Wukzuvis, yeah, this is nicht Mamator, this is Chavos verified mit Runusen. Because it's like, you understand, I'm working,
artist.
Yeah, thank you. God is the artist. I'm so humble. Yeah, I'm the artist. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because the crazy thing is that I'm learning in Asiga in Imrevin, which talks about Vufktsuas. And we're like, we got to knock him a Pesach do. So of course he was bringing in a few ideas. I was learning my Faris, and we're like, and after from the Yom, but immediately it started showing up. And then Ramustan is busy with the Vufktsuas. Malach Amovi, the car, and the answer that.
Same idea.
So the guys on Liberty Cover. Then the kid don't come. This is Pesach Matzah Mura. Don't coming out. Man, du musst ja nicht so compression. Die drei Sachen noch mehr zusammen. Die letzte Sache ist der Mure. Pesach Matzah Mure. We're tapping it. Lass mich noch liken the labels ons vergessen. A minute. Yes. Go.
Ik heb free gefragt. Und getriggert, dann so nicht der Hitzpe. Und ich bin so kurz schlimmer, schlechter drin mit dem Pesach.
En ze was ja om de gids ja.
That's it.
En gezegd dat we daar voor de gids ben.
Ze kennen daar gewusst. Ik weet dat ik jou mensen gids ben.
Ah, ja, gefragt. Moet er schon even gedraaid hebben.
Lass mal fehlen.
Aber ich will so tak das. Lo you to daar gewusst, weil ich halt Pesach Matzah Mure. So maybe you can't koirach, die decision Lage für ein Hillel von koirach Pesach Matzah Mure. But at least Hillel später bei koirach. Eigenlijk met de schilo, ik krijg bezig met zo, wat werkelijk bejagen. Let's say in zo'n is de level van heel en het kennen het takken samenbrengen. De dagen van Pesach en Matzah Mure, maar dan wil je zo culturally at least say it, all this three. Dat je het daar gewust zijn.
Right.
Dat de minimum van nemen de Pesach en ons. En ik zoek van de zee, ik ga me schmoren van die. Und dann bist du nicht da eingetappt in den Pesach.
Dat is darfst es nur sagen, mal gespannt. En dus we gerade free van de dal driges, als du van de four elements, is also de dal driges. The four elements, als de chumetz is 2 times 4. 2 times dalet. Ches is 8. Ches is 8 and you have the dalet is 4. Right? So hast du the dalet elements. En de Riechse Uru, dus komt dat pare, which is de 4 nagelpischen gedekel en de alle 4, de vier dagen, was komen aan in corrupting the system. En men neemt hem en men brengt hem een help. Men brengt hem goed in zijn maat. Men macht van de ges weer dat dalet. En nog dan lijkt men zie de high, of course. Ja, dan lijkt men zie nog aan dat hier, lijkt men zie a high. En de high wat de like see is met een zoom. Because this is mal gespeeld.
Dat er een mail zo. Even though the house is a called Pesach, mine should the house is nicht. Because this house is nicht is not a technical detail, you can see geschehen.
Das ist nicht jetzt im besten Weg, das
Ich höre, hast du the Korn, aber the ganze Sache durch.
Hangen in dem, ist jeder hat heilig.
So that is, we brengt es in halb. Dat is de jagerskunst gaan met die mogen. Dat ze brengt de gommets in halb. En als in de matzah, according to Nussen's layout, hast in the matzah hast alle 4 elements. Hast the kemech, which is the ufa. Dan hast du the Wasser, the mayim, was man legt aan de Wasser, dan legt man ze aan een ijs. En nog om de ufa is de riech, ja. Oder ich meine red van, was heb ik verpast? Riech. Ja, het is een scharfe ausdruk al de riech.
Het is ook veel gezegd, dat is de high. The heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as the matzah on high.
So the matzah clean toes is the clean out for the alle zaken wat sinds deel van de Riechse Ure van de ijs of maim over. De alle zaken wat zich deel met de magum het ganze uur. The matzah is absolutely triggers that how it deflates. The ganze ungeblusene story that you have, everything that you're holding, all the grudges that you're having, the matzah deflates that. It just pulls the air out of it. It busts the bubble because wus kann es halten in Platz, wus kann es ne Fähre sein, wus kann es umblusen, my ego, which is chumetz. But once I delete the chumetz, sie noch, wird sich geht. Es befragt mit der Energy, was gibt er paar sich nach. Ein massive Ichid.
Interessant. Also alle Fragen, verwusst du nicht, dass noch chumetz wird bei Nacht. Du kannst schon mit so, was habt ihr schon bei schon fertig. Du kannst hier, ich habe alle ausgelernt von 8 bei Jemmerischen. Wo die sagen, du bist ungeblosen innenweinig mit Chumetz, mit der Ego sich setzen zum Sedernacht. So, bei Chatzos erst man schon nicht gekommen.
Correct. Yes.
Die kommst rein zu der Sedernacht allein. Sitzt nicht mit der Rachale im Bluch.
Ist das lies weniger?
Komm, sag schon.
Man liegt alle in der Früh.
Lies weniger.
10 Uhr Nacht Matze.
Schirikl.
Ist 11 Uhr unchumetz. Das ist nicht du nach der Mütze. So begrijp ik ineens veel met de riet. Aloha de ik land is aber und der Ego. Die setzt sich zum selben Nacht und der Ego.
Ja, ich hatte so, hat mich schon noch, mich schon beudig de Chumetz. It's beudig de Chumetz. The night before. in the chumetz is once again you're going in with the feather. You're going into all the same midas, same shtickle right. And by kicks the midas mit the feather. With the feather, you're not being harsh on yourself. You're just brushing it off. We've already done the work. Now you just need to brush it off. You know where it's at. And the ganze Pesach is all about entering in. It's a one moment. You're entering into this, the Moich and the Gadlus. Not raising the vibration right away. Moshe Giyanjan?
No,
He left?
I think so.
So, Moich and the Gadlus is where it comes in one shot, like a massive download. The Moich and the Gadlus. You can't play around. Anivel Malach, Anivel Asur, if it happens in a very powerful way. What's going to happen though?
Pesach, not somewhere a minute.
A minute. There is two ways, for the sake of this conversation, there's two ways on how we can connect, how we receive energy, how we receive oil. One is through the day-to-day that you're going through, and your different wheelings and dealings and relationships that you have with yourself or around yourself, which trigger different parts of you. And then there is another part of it that you're tapping into a minute, going into the absolute a minute. And you go into a place where you start seeing things differently, from a different place. You see things differently from a different place, which means that you approach, you go into a relationship with things from a different place. You start moving you start moving the energy, you start moving the ruach, the spirit. As a Megarat Fi, right, left, chesed, compassion, gevira. So Pesach Nacht is when we go online onto that channel. We're going into the Kiddush B'Nefesh. We're activating another. We communicate from a different place. Another channel Nacht Zechov, and you go online with that channel. You make contact with that.
So you do it in Yachats?
Als Yachats kunnen we zoeken maar brecht de dalet. But wijs is gewoon zo'n gedaan. We kunnen live.
Zo wordt gefragt von der Ingo, der Bläser. Verwusst zu brecht man der Matze. Ich bin ein Ingo. Hat gesagt, Tati, das heißt, das ist du dalet größer, das sind dalet Matzes. Hat gesagt, das jetzt gesagt, der ganze Marmor in eins rein. So. Dalet Matzes.
Ich kann auch so eine Sache, einer der Hand gewesen, der war Jagd Jankiv, schreibt, das war was du Electricity. Als in der Zeit früher gewesen, der Minne, so klar, so schein, als man geglaubt, nachher, man hat es gehabt, man hat es gesehen. Jetzt ist in der Zeit, man darf schon ein bisschen overwecken, man darf schon geben, ein bisschen Electricity, also man schickt von einer Welt, der andere Seite, das ist du Energy. Du suchst die online, jetzt steigst du schon mal Platz, und können es führen von einer Welt zu der anderen, so. Und du ziehst online.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Du steigst, man darf schon so viel ins, man darf schon, man muss aufhören. Kick.
Ja, gaat maar zo zoekst. Hoe zoekst du dat? Mama
Ja, also in Sommer sagt, es ist verkehrt. In Sommer sagt, klure, beautiful, muschel. Also du sagst online.
Yeah, exactly. Zoekst dat online. The Kalam Tamaim are here to...
Technology
Yeah, but we can leave this Kalam Tamaim because it's a distraction, but really what it's meant to do is Maschilim Bignis. It's meant to bring your attention to what's going on. I can't do name down lesson from the telephone. I can't do a lesson from the telephone, but what I can do is I say Kalam Tamaim, and I have to turn around group and tiefer and tiefer. Iedereen is lefiachle te geuzie. Is was is the Kalam Tamaim? Ich meine, ich habe mich mitchen damit, so you can't verstehen. What's the pressure over here? Fahrtelefon, sind nicht gewähnt, kann sagen, was wir gekriegt. But it's much deeper than that. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. But it's a mushel. They stickel do is a mushel. He says a piece, a black a screen in the middle of Malchus, and it can project any picture you want. Any picture you want, but limited to what its boss wants it to project. The limit of it is that, what about me that I can project anything else? So many other things that I can project. I'm also a screen. I'm also a piece of Malchus. I'm also a piece of Malchus that's walking around projecting pictures. So what's my limitation? Do I need to project Chazarai or I can project high vibration? And that is why we're eating the matzah lechem oini, because Malchus is oini. Malchus is a uraman. Less lemegam meklom. And we're feeding it. Then get me tzedukah. Get me tzedukah moos chitten. Get me for the zelbe reason, because moos chitten is one of the reasons is that we're feeding the oini. We're feeding the uni. And by feeding the uni, the man who starts to get for Pesach, he's literally a piece of Malchus that's starving. And he wants, and you're feeding him, you're giving him, so er wird happiest. Jetzt ungefüllt Malchus, als gemacht an ice cream, als raised the vibration.
Die kleinste Teure geht immer an. Matzes, Steires, Zucker, Tatsache, Moves.
Nice.
Moves is Biyama Bliss. Marvin Moves, yes. Zucker, Tatsache, Moves. Eigennetz. Kim ich de Piska, geht darauf auf Manz. Verstehst du, was Leute das gesagt, wie das geht der Ichet, wenn man steht nicht nach Zadig? So du dreig du es in der Teure auf Korn Pesach. Muss neichem Chagiren, a Gartel, na leichem Reigleichem, Schich, ma kelchem Bejetchem. Sie sagen, wie das an Peis gespannt, lass wieviel. Das ist ab Sache, Schich, Strick, mit das Stecken. Kuchet euch die Öse. That's the way.
En wat was de tweede zaak? Shiich?
Dat is Nechem Chagiren. Dat is Nechem in de Lem. Ja, agaat.
Okay, so
Nechem Reigleichem, maar Kelchem halt er stecken, weil die Arostigkeit im erste Kaufpreis rechts.
Okay, so the Shiich and the Gartel is going?
Chagiren.
Chagiren. Okay, so that may I'm all telling in a minute. But the Lammergang couldn't see the stecken. The Mata is Zeh Mata Ashenas en Nuchash. The Mata geworden als Schlang. En nog van de Schlang geworden Circa Nuchash. Hij wordt Circa Mata. The Mata is, wat voor 53? Huh? So the word is that the ganze Gules, the ganze Sache is an Nuchash. It's spinning to 49 levels of spin. It's Haltchanayriken, Aladana judgments. It doesn't stop, it's a nuchash. But the minute you approach it, it turns into a stick. And the Mata Ahan at angeschlingen es Matosim. The ganze story, the ganze Spiel at angeschlingen, the ganze Matze of Gorish. Can schicken missiles, ballistic, who do this, kannst du gehen, ich muss sehen, ob der andere Seite breeder. Good luck. So, einmal the Chaps doing the clip, it turns into a mat, and the Avishig given the koich from Moshe at the Seruga bringt. As Ayid kann nehmen any clip, and gaat es a Chap und sie wird stecken. The ganze Nuchash, the ganze moving screen, and the ganze story is turning into a stick. This is eins. The Sheikh, the Gartel. Gartel, wo steht man nun a Gartel in the down? People a Gartel, and they've separated the Shuchat Shemai and the Ara, separating the up and down, separate the Ara, the Yisod, from the upper part. So you have that. It's also support. It's a support. It's a support.
It's really gviro.
It's support for the spine. Got the energy. It's a support for the spine. Got the support for the spine. So when it's nemstaram, the spine is the nuchash. And it's the nuchash hakadisha, the nuchash from the andere zaad. So the nuchash was draait zich daarin, met nem kapstum ons werd aan maten, and to stay focused. But met dit van agat, you're focused, you're present. The hardst on the matte. This is the matte. And then the lime, the sheikh, sandal. This is malchus, yeah. Then the lime is malchus. We said nice. The lime is malchus matat. This is they was how we busy me there. That was. Now the matat was a treatment als malchus werd ausgetreten. Het is van een man met. Werd ausgetreten. Ik denk je kippen toen we gaan met kan sheikh hadden ons arbeid met een zoals malchus. We're not allowed to work, yeah. So we can leden. So the sheikh is een aweg wie magateros van Malchus. Jede stap is van hem, het is ausgetreten. Bij de kavuna. Great, let's see, closing this, so is nog goed? Closing? Nog niet aan. Is het goed?
Ik ben goed.
De ruim is goed dan?
Ja.
Nog een paar minuten?
Look schön.
Ja? Dat is goed? Nog een paar minuten? Is het gaan?
Gewoon.
Huh?
Okay.
Look schön on the zweite Seite.
So the zweite Seite,
Gulia.
ja, but look, we get the kasha, the kasha. Higher on the emperor for the zweite Seite. Zweite Seite is the zweite Ude. So the Ude is machvala. So the double. You're going into the double. You're pressing the button on the spring on the cabinet. You're separating yourself. You're going into the eagle's eye. Ask him how confident you're in. You're going into the ruach, the choyme. And then when I do a pe'ila, I move things. The kara moved how the energy, the gvil, the bli gvil and the gvil, and it's shaking things up. It's shaking you out from choyme to lavanim. There's the zweite side that it's even higher than the erste side.
My trigger.
Huh? It's higher than the erste side.
De tweede is echt.
It's a vier.
But
neem daarvan af van dat ik kan
yes. The zweite side is an intense process. As hard as it is, that's how intense it is. Well, since you can feeling that, the kind of hapsch kan kunnen direct zetten van gaan naar sitzen that, except for the kids. But you're entering in that space of I'm doing kabbalah, exactly. Maskers aan dan noemen, dus allemaal dat niet schrik. Doe het. Ja, en zo doen we dan wat is Miriam's surah. Zo doen we dan Miriam's surah. Dan maar even lang. Is dit zo gedaan? Zie? Ja, andere vrouw dan. Shake the case off.
Moshe Yosef ben Chana.
Zo?
Moshe Yosef ben Chana.
Moshe Yosef ben Chana. Is er van Yosef? Moshe? Of verandering Yosef?
Hoe?
second, I'm confused there. Moshe was ben Chana. Dus ik zei Chana schon so lange Zeit.
Wie lange lebt
Was hat der Kirche mit Yosef? Ich habe gesagt, dass ich nach voran bringe Yosef, ich sage, Chana lebt schon nicht.
Ich weiß, vergesst. Ich glaube, ich kann das.
Wer ist da, Mama?
Wird mir beginnen? Ja.
Ich weiß nicht mehr alles. Wie alt ist er gewesen?
Dann muss das Story. Moshe, wie alt ist er?
7?
Wie lange zurück ist er?
19.
Wie alt ist er gewesen? 8? Wieso?
2.
Oh, 2,5? Wie alt bist du jetzt?
22.
Wieso bist du gewesen 2,5? Du sagst 8 Uhr zurück.
19 Uhr zurück.
19 Uhr zurück. Wow. Mhm. Das, I'm not connecting the Das. Das is like stuck. Stuck very, boom, 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 boom. A lot of, to do a soft potential for activation. A lot that's not active. It's like you're afraid to step into, look, it was 22 is going, but where it's at, you're afraid to, yeah, you're missing the mommy, the confidence. You're not even as much afraid as you don't even know. Stimmt oder nicht?
Every word.
Okay. So, yeah, the word is as if the das, man heeft activate the das. Man lijkt veel jeden dag? Okay, dat was even een beraam. Wat amongst the breeder dan? So gewoon is. Het verstaan met hem struggles. De Malchus is een dallas. We judge niet door de wegen, maar judge niet verder. Is een mispet of the real. Als Malchus darf verspoor, darf hem brengen naar spoor. Vanaf activate the das. Reis, wat is het reis? Reis. Okay.
Rash dalet sig like the eat.
Shir. Shir.
Shir. Okay, Shir is not hitting the das yet. Die speelst? Shir? Die speelst?
Gaat shir.
Vrijdag,
Oh, so het is. Oh. Is hij speel?
Hast du
Ja.
ein Instrument?
geen
Kleine.
Fragt ihr, spielt ein Instrument?
No. Nein?
Ich sag no.
Okay, beseder. Wat doe ik ze op de zaad? Zijn stelling daar. Weggegooid is bestiegen worden.
Tijdens.
Cup, stuck in cup. This mama stocks is soft, but it's not that stuckness. It's a soft stuckness, a lichtige stuckness. It's stuck in kolze.
It's the trauma.
Why is it
Die
just...
zweite Mama.
Oh, zoekst du de zweite mama, dat ik maar beschieten.
Bis man die verschickt. Bis jetzt noch ein...
Hoe is het nog eenmaal? Teruggekomen?
Man hat ihr gedacht, ihr Tat hat dir gegeben, weil, es ist nicht mehr möglich, was ihr getan.
Stocknis in Kopf ist, wo sie hat die Kinder.
Well, this was as a high, but so it's recorded all this is live, so kannst bist du nicht in der Nummer, kannst du nur?
Jetzt noch ein Stück.
No, it's not, lass, see. So, the man?
Ja.
Different Menschen.
Oder?
Okay, yeah. Wenn es geht, ich rede.
Erste Nummer, letzte Nummer.
No, nur der erste Nummer. Aha. Sagst du die Mama? Wie lange ist sie gewesen mit dir? Wie lange ist sie gewesen mit der Schwache?
8 Jahre, so.
Ches, okay. Maar de ches en hal is de dalet. Als de dat is de monofiische lama. De ches macht man toch dan ze macht man is de dalet deges. De reegse oor, dat zijn de vier elements. Maar ze daarvoor müssen we waren. Maar als de matze klinkt het zoals. Is te vragen, oké, dus vanavond gewoon een reis en matze kan ik zo zeilen man kap. Dus er met hem in German dat nog wijs als we brengen door kraanheid. Dan zoekt maar die grote trauma en zal gessen matze. This is a minna. If you have like a narische en minna, dort arbeitet es. En we zoeken maar een narische en minna met een montig nacht. Met een narische, was gaat me gewoon zeilen. Maar ik denk, drink maar nog 4 kaps af aan, kan man ook maar narische en minna. En ze maakt over de harts. Ja, in samengeloof Enish. Ze maakt vrijdag de harts van Enish. Enish is, wat ze doen is. Enish is the lowest level. Enish, wie is Enish? Not van wereld Enish. Enish is the lowest, right?
Udam, Enish, ja.
Is.
Udam, Enish, Kegel. Enish van de schwachste.
Stem.
Enish van de schwachste, okay. So I guess met drink van. I don't know, that's not the door. It's some geloof af Enish. Hoe zit het met Enish? But je kent ons eigenlijk ausgekend met de alle 4 nemen van ze. So Enish is the lowest level. So ze macht op de niedrigste level. It's also wie ze zitten dat in a hole in a cell all the way down there. So was the family the fatsatigste prisons in the heavy bronetin. Maar gedraaide schlüssel en so wie graduate de tieren zich even de heavy metal van dat. Maar kan men dus rozgegaan van dat. Maar is rozgegaan wat ze kent rozbrechen. Maar ik dacht toen maar poer hebben dat ze even aan dem tier. De waan macht toch wel van dat. En zijn we dat vast zitten we dat in 2500 years. Want zijn we in een kelder dat aangespreid. Let maar poer festelijk waan. In slot men drinken. Dus in the next room. Eens kan man nog schmecken maar. We schmecken wel de schimmel. De poer het komt erop en hij komt erop en hij drinkt ze gewoon. Wat jetzt dit. Met de waans met drinken wat de arbeidskeuze is de middag mal aan komt erop dat en de captive holding facility. Dus men zit de machine op dat met judgments en met masses. So back to Tachlis. It's veel te gaan gemeen en dan zijn back to Tachlis. So zoekst de maatse willen er 8 uur, 8 Mashiach. De extra 8 notice Mashiach.
This lady, the second one, is still in the head. You can see.
Yeah, something damage. But it's not, permanent. It's just, it's gemacht an impression. But the Zenish is a little, Zenish can feel trauma like weakness. It's more like I'd have a mother, somebody to tell him he's fine. Because I don't see him being like traumatized or have some impact. I'd have a positive influence. I'd have an incubator was on charging and nicht kann shock therapy. Just with Ava, with compassion, softness. Stimmt? So, was ist hier so noch Chana? Chana is Chaim, Chana is China is Tfila. The mama's energy, the mama's koyach is Chaim, it's Altanayim Davanan. Huh? The spell of Chana, yeah. Chana is the softness that you have, that with everything you've been through, you were protected. There's a certain because Chazayim is traumatized. Chazayim is the hack. Chazayim is not. It's a black cup. So the Dramatz is Chachma, that acted in Chachma against the Reis Anoil, against the bigger picture, but slowly, that was with the Imus in it, soft. Matcha is perfect. See the other distance. Erev Shabbos HaGvul, Erev Pesach, Tovshin Pai Dalet. Shmi says as Magateros from Gvul Sayer. That's the rumor. Was Magad Zugen next year?
Yes.
Good. Esther? Das ist auch gut. Maschilem Begnis. Maschilem Begnis? Hat rausgebringt da am Ende. Da fragen nach Kasher mit Gnis, like, was goes on next year, das meint, das ist nicht present, bleibst nicht?
Ja, die ganze Schier ran und will.
Excited?
If I'm excited?
At the Rose. How are you feeling about Monday night?
Yeah, I think,
Can you imagine you're now in a cell?
no,
and
I'm staying here. I gotta get people out. You going out? Niet lang met z'n gevaar bedoel. Ik ben een schiebe. Die guys staan die as de matzes, hè, Sean. Ja. Maar de wereld is ook dat onangeld het niet gaan. So, als ik ga niet zo, ga niet maar een persoonlijk geheel, dan kan man niet water omgaan naar arbeid. Maar dat voor mijn persoonlijk geheel. Het kind, ja, wat een kind. Het kind grote zaken. De geveren moest zijn attacked, met attacked, dat is zo, ik kan een missel in de Shinanga van, ze zei, mama Shanes, ik weet niet hoe die gaat voor. Ik weet ook, als ik een ander op mijn oren gedaan. Maar weet je, het is niet dat alle naast, maar ze doen nissen wie in Kris Yamsuf. Ballistic missiles, kan eins nicht gelandet. And drones is whatever, but those shit up toys that gonna man now show on sich was the man got this. But the missiles 15 minutes, the ballistic missiles, it's real, that's their power, their might. The ballistic missile, what sie gewesen was.
Keine Presse ist nicht, hab's getracht.
Keine Presse ist nicht.
Nisse.
Geherige Nisse, weiß wohl gerne haben, 150 targets. Massive missiles, she's I mean, and Gunish. It can't even enter the space. It's like
the Wolken soll zerreigen.
Yeah, exactly. It's zieht aus der Keuchel von. They can't, you know, yes, they say someone's gehabt with planes. I doubt it. I mean, I think it's just it's a camouflage. We zijn zo'n wissen all the technology, but we stops die 150 was coming zu voeren. Maar was this to do? So ze support like yeah, technology, but we're van een sneller technology. Yes, you can understand, but with the efficiency, we'll say an umbrella. Like, I'm just saying, an umbrella. And so you can't enter in the atmosphere, the space. And this shit that pack up in the ganze Welt. Anybody that understands technology is like, what in their ganze weaponry is going to be. On whatever level, weiß nicht, kann sein andere Medina haben man etwas stärker. Mit Lechöre, Russland hat sie verkauft, sehr starke Schöre. Und was ist geschossen? Sie sind besser, kann sein, weiß nicht, sie will gewohnt werden, als sie an Arbeit auch nicht. Sie sind noch nicht ready, for them ready from this. Gaat nog altijd nog een beetje hoop, you know?
Max Schöre.
Yeah. Exactly. Marcus Begeures. We dealen met Kees, met Shmuel, was is de schwarze gelijk van hem Kees. What? Als Amulak was je gedeeld met Rashi is gewoon Amulak. This is the intellect, Chachma. Jetzt zijn we in Kees. Where Malchus meets Kees. So we're definitely in a Kees program. So where's the Oma zijn Kees? Allemaal de Shmuel. Wie is Shmuel? Wel, zoekt de Gochet. Zoekt Shmuel de Gochet aan zien van Avrom. Tem Gemalet. So staat Pink Micha. So wie is aber? Wie is zich daar? Well, the kroin had the stickel was ausgehakt, in the mitten of the hollow pieces. It is in the kroin, but there's in the hollow pieces. Gaat nog eens wat ik uitvoer. Hij heeft schon gehabt, most van ze gaat nog. Wat nu de gaber was, weiß dat ik ken de surrender, maar er is also tinkel. So halt er zich nog goed met heppes. En wegen dem halt er zich gaan aufrasen. Because in the suicide, we didn't can understand because it is in the Chalik from Keser, which is stuck in or it's just a contrast of the golden stick, the silver stickler, the diamanten. Teure mitzvahs, kladus, so alternat. En es wird gebringt in Chassidus Retten von einem Zana Voide is, darf Kshivetin einen ganzen Tag for the fact als weiß nicht. Gaven ze gaat voor? Ja, dat staat dat moest ze gaat ze zeggen. Darf opwekken. Darf chivet in een ganzen Tag, dit chive. Als weiß nicht. Als weiß nicht.
Der Inseln. Weiß nicht der Inseln.
Weiß man holding space. Like basically darf stein auf dem Spitz von dem Schwert mit ein Fies. Darf Chivitin als weiß nicht, wo sieht, wo ist just, is in Ikma. En steht du oven, en nu hat Yisroel, darf Chivitin, weil weiß ja, so kann es selber sein.
Die Kinder machten sich auf.
The rest of business stuff. I mean, it's to the core. It's to the core. I mean, it's intense. It's intense. It's like. And you normal way, kijk me gewoon. En nog had toch geld, en had power, en had alles. En hij zei, no way, I'm not doing this. So the Hebrew was on the sterker up in the intellect, are able to hold and surrender. Zijn attack to surrender. Saudi Arabia and all these Hebrew, they recognize the koich, and they're like, okay, I can't fight you. I want to join you. Like, help me. We'll buy technology. Will teach me what do I need to do. And then fully in support. En de andere was kennis, is kennis. Maar hij weet dat hij gaat zich in, is een mens ook. Like Bilam. Huh?
Zijn existentie is van feit.
Correct. Exactly. Ja. Zaan Shiva is, nogmaals, hij weet niet, was meint. En hij weet van hoe ze haar is, maar hoe ze... Ja. Man. Kibe jetzt ruhig korle So the massa, we're going to wrap up here. We can't mama's business side that I feel it. So do a sach, Baruch Hashem, so do a sach shefa.
Kassal, Seder, Pesach.
What? We give it a look. Salsa Pesach is what?